Gamers. Oh my goodness. Hello. I'm just filling in today. I think Ed is out of town or something like that, so NA didn't have a streamer, so I thought I'd hop in the booth. Exactly where I belong as well. Get me out of that track. Get me off. No wheels touching dirt around these parts. After my lovely crash out, rage quitting EU earlier, we're gonna do what is a lot more fun. We're getting back in the booth. We'll see how it goes. Oh, don't worry. No, Honda, the setup was actually alright. I could not get away from anybody on that first like 2 laps or so. Just so many unlucky situations. And yeah, I mean, if I'm there in 30, if I'm in dead last, like 3 laps in and on the ground again, I'm not gonna sit there and ride around for the next 25 minutes that are remaining to get no points. I'd rather just dip out. Shit happens. I'll probably be banned for next week though if they enforce the rage quitting rule. Because as of this round, they were going to add the rule back of if you rage quit, you get banned for a week. So I might have to have a week break anyway. I might be in MX Bike's jail for a while. But I'm back where we belong now. Just blame you. The thing is, do you want to know the most annoying thing? Actually, you might not save because the best lap save if you alt F4. The thing is, Brad, I genuinely enjoyed the challenge of that track, and I think out of all the Sardegnas that we have, it was the best for a challenge. The only complaint I've seen anybody make on it is about the erode, and I don't know what you're meant to do about the erode, because we get the same issues in Supercross with random like holes forming on the faces of jumps. So I can understand why there'd be holes forming on like some of the really deep whooped out bits. Please race next week. If they ban me for a week, I can't. There's physically nothing I can do about that. I don't think there's any YouTube privilege in my way out of that situation, unfortunately. Does it take a... I've clicked on that best laps button like 2 minutes ago. Oh, there we go. Like, I was there for ages. Let me see if it saves anything. So bearing in mind, in qualifying, I only ran like a 52.1. As soon as I rage quit that Moto 2, I hopped over onto a Fantic with not even a sand setup, a motocross, normal motocross setup. Are they called 26 or are they 2025 in game? Sardegna. And I instantly took 2 seconds off my time. Straight away. Just by changing bike again. Actually, no, that was on the Husky. So the Husky I went quicker on. I switched between the Husky and the Fantic. So I think the track was just built like differently to things that I'm used to. So I'm surprised the top boys gelled with it so fast. Because my sand setup that I've been rocking for like 3 years now, that I use on all of the tracks, all the sand tracks, didn't work. The fresh stuff I got sent in the DMs didn't work. Anything sand setup related I had on the Yami didn't work. And then I hopped over to the Fantic, ran a really good lap. Hopped over to the Husky, had a really good lap. So I don't know, it's really strange. Really, really strange. Thank you very much, Mr. Anonymous. I'm not sure who would have made a statement like that. That definitely wasn't me on Friday. Definitely wasn't me. Brad asked if I can wear the shirt since I'm commentating again today. Forgot that it's still in the bag that I took down home with me when I went home a few weeks back, and is incredibly creased and not fit for the stream. So I've gone halfway. I've met you in the middle. I've got the polo shirt on. I've got the golf shirt on. Yeah, the thing is, the first race, I should have got 5th anyway. I fully choked the 5th. But like, even a 6th, when you look at the people that beat me, minus Callum, they're all like insane. So you don't mind coming 5th. But even to me, like a 5th isn't good enough. But there's such a big gap between that 5th place level and those other 4 that are all in front. Like, it's unreal, like the difference. There's just a whole nother caliber of players. So some people would be like ecstatic to get around the 5th place mark, but to me it's still like shit. So I think that's what makes me really struggle to have a good time playing at the moment. And I'm more than happy to admit, even if I sat here and put in like 120 hours in 2 weeks, I still don't think I'd be anywhere near the speed of like your cams, your tilers, and your axes. I don't think that would be the case. So yeah, I'm not too sure what to do in that situation overall. But what I am going to do though is, whilst I am commentating tonight, the boys are qualifying right now. So the races themselves probably don't start for like another 40 minutes or so. They've got to get through their 30 minutes of qualifying first. I'm not sure if it's going to be like staggered or if it's going to be normal. We shall see. Oh, hang on, my YouTube stream's playing in the background. That we don't need that. We don't need that at all. Let me load up the old Twitch website as well, just to check that's all running smoothly. Stream manager. Then we press pause straight away. Pause. It does say unstable. That's not good. I'm hoping that it isn't too unstable, but there you go, that's there as well. Right, I can minimize that. Minimize that. Moto Academy boys have been locked in. But I know there are multiple teams that put in like practice motos. So I can't hate on them for it. And Callum is very, like, he's a big sand enjoyer. Big old sand enjoyer. I'm probably going to wobble around now that I've had like a 30-minute break since I last played. I'll be honest, I was contemplating just about to disappear off to the gym and do some treadmill running again, but then I saw they got no streamer, so my eyes lit up. I was like, yes, I'll take that opportunity. Get me in the booth again, give some NA boys some love. Because usually my races are just, or my NA experiences are just me sat in Twitch watching, or alternating back and forth between like racks or chairs. At least now I get to watch everybody from the skies. And it gives me a reason to have the high quality version downloaded and everything maxed out as well. Because I don't know if I just make bad decisions all the time when it comes to actual race day and what bike and setup I want to use. But usually I use what feels right in the moment, and then every time afterwards, I don't know if it probably is just because I've got more time on the track, but it seems like every time I go back to the track after the races are done, I just instantly feel so much better on a different bike or different setup. It's just a big old skill issue for me. Because the actual base track itself, before any road comes in, it's actually not that rough. But the way I was getting kicked around all over the place on the Yami in that first moto, oh my god, it was disgusting. And this isn't a sand setup I'm running right now on this Fantic. This is just MX. There's nothing, and this feels like it rides better around here than a sand setup that I have for the Fantic from the same person. You see how much different it is if I'm just rocking around in testing. Like, for some reason, like, I used to be pretty damn good when it comes to races, just like lock in straight away. And now I just can't keep her up on two wheels. I just want to try and get this lap done. I know I made a mistake a couple of corners ago and missed the rut. I just want to see what an average, like very normal lap would be. Again, bearing in mind I qualified with a 52.1 or something like that. I imagine this will be faster. Unless I crash with like 3 corners left. Kind of barking. Oh, that's sketchy. He's zooming, he's barking, he's moving. Right, what was that? That was a 51, even with a mistake or two. So already an entire second quicker. So yeah, I don't get it. Yeah, I don't get it. um, my thumbs just and my brain do not do what I want them to do half the time. So this was, I don't know when Chase would have sent me this. This is one of Chase's one. I don't know what CE stands for. But then I've got this same one here from another Chase one, which has sand in the name. But the sand one doesn't feel as good as whatever this one is. So I think the track is just built so different to any other sand track that we've had. It was hard to get something dialed. But then again, all the top boys seem to adapt to things really, really quickly. So I think the biggest takeaway from today is I don't hate the competitive environment. I'm hating racing them myself. I feel like I'm not getting, like, just a straight up race without getting ruined in one way or another from something that isn't on me. And that might happen to everybody. It probably does happen to everybody, but I feel like specifically the last couple of races I've done, I feel like it's been outrageous. I clipped so much stuff, by the way, from earlier. I've just downloaded it, Brad, thank you. I've just downloaded, well, I sent a few clips earlier, if anybody wants to relive this moment with me. Where is it? Overlay, there it is. This one is the one that really sent me over the edge. Holy, why is it so laggy? This is the one that sent me over the edge. And Tero is going to be a victim of this. But it's fine. I've given him a lot of shit over the years. I've got something in my eye now. So I know we talk about like region lock and class lock and things of this nature. And I know that the guys at the very, very top are insane. Like, they're a whole nother level above me. But then I think towards the back of the pack, even in this pro class, there's another level below. I don't understand. I'm trying not to cry, don't worry. No, I've got something in my eye. I don't understand how, and I'm just using Terran as an example. I'm sorry if he takes offense to this. I'm just saying how I feel in the moment. Over the course of like an entire year, Tero was at the top of the MXB ranked leaderboards. He had raced at least 1,000 races, and I'd done a few races against him, and he was insanely fast. I don't understand how you can be at that level on stuff like that, yet, whatever reason, when we come to an aerial racetrack, and it comes to just trying to be a bit more sensible on the opening laps and not cause carnage, how we're crashing on straights. And crashes are fine. I seem to be so unlucky and get put in such weird situations where out of all this, I just so happen to be the one that also gets collected by it. I can't do anything about that. People will probably say, oh, go slower next to them. And I can agree with that. But there's 32 people in the race. If I'm going really, really slow around everybody, I'm never going to make any sort of forward progress at all. And you want to know why the reason I think he crashed? Is because of that exact same ranked logic of trying to scumbag and lowline as much as possible. He was trying to get all the way up onto this bank on the far right to try and miss out these couple of bumps, and it bit him in the arse. But worse than that, it bit me in the arse. Because I drew the short straw because of it. So that's now an additional 4 seconds that I have to... additional 4 seconds I have to sit there and lay on the ground. From no wrongdoing of my own. And it just seems to be a constant theme. This one was annoying. This reset delay is more frustrating because the bikes are on the ground for so long. So usually it would be easier to dodge people. But I'm coming out of this corner here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got 9 people on my screen. Do you know how hard it is in this short amount of time to look at all 9 people on my screen, analyze what's going on, and try and avoid everything? look at what I've got. Bikes facing me. I've got 2 bikes sideways across ruts. I've got down riders over here. I've just hooked a little bit of a left coming out of that corner, so I've just barely dodged that one. I don't want to hook further left. I can't like suddenly break and slalom between these. I can't hook a hard left over here because there's people in this rut just to the inside of me. Barely get over that, and then it's like this is all like downhill here. So if I was to turn a right now, my front end would probably wash. Then I get into that bike, but I survive. I survive. Until I don't, because I've now... Oh, thank you very much, Asmus. You can't find the race. Just type in the server list, type in MXBGP, and all the server lists should come up. I survived until I didn't. Because now, I've been hit up the arse by someone with high ping, and they are now carrying me across the track, and I'm crashing again because of that. So I almost got lucky. I almost survived, but then got crashed into, and now I have to lay on the ground for another 4 seconds and think about what I've done. Get stuck in a fucking... No, I just got to sit there. Just got to take it like a good boy. And then we go again. So, yeah, very, very, very unfortunate set of circumstances for me. And the reason that all really began is because of the start. I tried doing the right thing. I was like, okay, I've not got the best jump here. There's a whole bunch of people to my inside. Let me just check up. We'll check up a little bit. I let everybody go. However, I appear to have a Fantic front wheel firmly implanted in my arsehole right here. And I'm still not going fast here. Look, I'm taking my time. I'm not suddenly cutting over on anybody. Just nice and slow, nice and smooth. I'm now also getting rear-ended by this random Yamaha here, who clearly has people in front, so I don't know why they're still going for it. Managed to get lucky, get away with that. What happened to Jake? How did Jake crash there? I don't know if Jake got hit by somebody or if he just crashed on his own doing. I actually have no idea. There's nobody there on my screen, but the way that that bike moved, that does not look like... That looks like he's been hit by somebody, but maybe he didn't. So now here I'm fucked again. Because I can't go in this rut. Because again, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6. Just 6 people going for this inside rut, so I have to try and go in this one. And the bike just hits me. That just hits me. And then I'm down in turn 1. And now I have to lay here down we go for 4 seconds and think about what I've done whilst everybody else is disappearing. Trying to come across from left to right. And I don't know, it's just a massive snowball effect. It's like if you go down on the start with the reset delay, it's just a massive uphill battle, and a lot of time you can't get out of the hill. Unless you are like your Cam and your Raxes and your Tylers, who are 4 seconds lap faster than everybody, then I believe that yes, you can make it through, because you can afford to go that much slower than your normal pace and still be quick. Hello, Alex. So yeah, not an ideal day. Not an ideal day of racing. Moto 1 was good. Moto 2 will best forget about that. But in my head, that just feels like how all of my races go at the moment, where there's things that are just completely unavoidable, and I don't know what to do to change that. It's my grandma. She's dead. Broken. Yeah, she passed away. Not to say that so flippantly, but yeah, she passed away just over a month ago now. I mean, I don't know how else to go about wording that. Yeah. If you don't laugh, you'll cry. 2023 tracks were mint. I can't even remember the 2023 tracks. I remember the... Oh, actually, no, I remember the road getting quite sketchy on the 23 tracks. I think that's the year where we started getting some of them... like really bad, deep erode death spikes starting to appear. Actually, no, one of them erode death spikes is what caused me to win a race. Because on the last lap, me and Hurls were battling, and he just full-on centre punched one of them spikes and crashed because of it. I don't know what track it was. But yeah, it was one of the 2023 Supercross tracks. The only one I remember, I think, was Anaheim 2. Because it was a triple crown. Yeah, I mean, they tried something new today. I actually like the track itself, but just like in a vacuum. I think the track's fine. Not the biggest fan of the texturing. Do think the texturing does make it really hard to see some things, on the high quality at least. But they tried something. I thought it was worth it. I like the amount of effort that's gone into it. Like knowing that they had to go to the track and scan it and then build upon that for the game. Yeah, it's just it's interesting. Very love-hate relationship with this game. But we're back in the booth now. We're back in the booth. Everyone got fed up with that music, Jay Steels, because it was the same like 20 songs over and over again. I've got to be on the ball right now. Actually, did I show anybody this picture? One of the guys that I used to race against on Sim back in the day, before I ever uploaded any YouTube videos, found a picture of me from racing back in the day. I was just as fat. I actually might be fatter then than I am now. There's your boy right here on the old 2009 Yami. So this was, yeah, bear in mind, this was before I made any kind of YouTube videos. This was the guy that recognised me. But we went down to the gate, and obviously you get the program for the day, and it's got names and numbers. And he recognised me purely based on the name, because where I used to be good at Sim. And he was like, are you Connollyns from MX Simulator? And I was like, yes, I am. So there's your fat boy trying to get out the gate. God knows what year this would have been. Yeah, the old carbureted Yami. You'd love to see it. Love to see it. To answer your question, Jack, very undecided. Very undecided. Actually, I should probably, if I'm using a setup like this, it's only fair if I put in the same amount of fuel as well, isn't it? Because of course the setup's going to feel faster if it's got 6 litres less of fuel in it. This track is round 2 of the MXBGP Championship. It came out today. I am hoping that I can get out on my bike this week. It has been 6 months since I've swung a leg over a bike. And funny enough, the last bike that I rode wasn't even my own. It was when I went on that Ducati 450 test day. So can't wait for my arms to explode after 2 laps again. You missed that accent? Thank you very much, Colson. It's a big difference in the handling when you slap that much fuel in the bike. Then I rode the Husky at round 1 and I felt like I was getting gapped on some of the longer straights on Switzerland by the Yamahas. So then I switched to the Yamaha and instantly knocked a 1.5 seconds off of my qualifying time as well. So then that always makes me question the bike choice. And I just don't like the Yamahas. I feel like I'm faster when I ride one, I just don't like riding one. Like, it's so boring to me being on the same bike all the time. And being on the same bike as everybody else. Playing catch-up, if it helps Stealth, you only have 1 race to watch because I rage quit Moto 2. Thank you so much, again, for another 5 gifted. W. Really, really appreciate you. But I hope you enjoy watching my Moto 1, because, yeah, Moto 2 is a complete crash out from your boy. It's only the second... bear in mind, I've been streaming my races since, like... Was it 2022 that I started streaming them? It's only the second race I've ever rage quit on stream. One was 2024 GP season at Indonesia. And then again today. The one you sent like riding a 3-piece so far. Oh, that's what I want. I love having like plush setups where it just feels like the back end soaks it all up. Because whilst it might bottom out in places and give you some weird kicks because of that, it suits my riding style much more when I can feel what the back end's doing all the time. Because the really, really fast boys, they need stiffer setups so they can just headbang some of these bumps and ruts, but when I use those ones, I always feel like really sketchy, all over the place. I feel like I'm skating across the top of bumps and sections rather than, you know, being on the track. Yeah, I'm a big sand enjoyer. I just didn't have a good race day today. I can't take anything away from the track though. The track's been fun. Thank you very much, Mr. Dussy. You want to see some IRL Yami? Same. How long we got? We got 17 minutes. I was going back and watching some of my GoPros from last year, because at first I just wanted to see how long it's been since I last rode, and I know anytime I ride I upload my GoPro videos. But the last VARG video, like last VARG practice video that I uploaded, the pace was looking pretty damn good. But I believe that my actual riding speed, my corner speed, is better on my Yami just because I've got a clutch to use. So this was the last time I rode. This was the riding, testing the Ducati out, and that was at the end of August. So we're now at the end of March. So that's a long time away. I also rewatched this video of Linda riding for the first time. And really, I always smile when I watch this. I really, really enjoy watching her on that day. She wants to do it again. So hopefully I can take her out once this year. This was actually, like, even though this was my best race position of the year, I think I got either 3rd or 4th in the moto. Absolutely atrocious speed. And I forgot to turn the smoothing on the camera. So the video is pretty shit quality. That was Hawkston, where I just rode around on the pegs everywhere because I was blowing out my arse after 2 laps. But what was really nice about this day is you'll see, I'm not going to watch this one particular, but on this video, the last 2 laps or so of the race that I recorded, there's fans, I hate using the word fans, there's people that watch me and know me on the side of the track with pit boards cheering me on, even though I'm riding around in like second to last up on the pegs because I'm blowing out my arsehole. So yeah, that makes things better. Does not have an audio affect the muscle memory? No, I don't think so. It does mess you up sometimes. Because where you can hear everything on the VARG that you can't usually hear, you'll hear like your foot pegs like scraping in a rut, just things of that nature, which definitely feels odd. See me kind of redoing the same corner. That's not the right quality. Corner over and over again. It's not an editing error. This looks like blurrier than usual. Is it always this blurry? Because I hit it over and over again. But I hope you got a plan. Got a plan. I'm going to get ads now, aren't I? No, I remember. I think... There we go. Look how much better. Look how much crisper that looks on Chrome. Holy. Actually, no, it's just because I was sat still. I wasn't moving. It's still a bit blurry. These are like my favourite track conditions, being dry and hard pack and stony on top. I don't know why. I don't think many people share that. Most people like their sand or their deep ruts, but I love this shit. I think it's great. I really enjoy it. At least I won't get copyright striked from watching my own GoPro video. I hope. Well, there's a lot of Yamaha parts that you can use on the VARG, in terms of like just levers and things like that. But the bike itself is made to look like one of the retro Yamahas. Take you back to Meepow in the winter. That's my idea of hell. I hated Meepow. Hated it with a passion. It's so funny watching, like, I can go and watch any random American GoPro and the tracks are like 20 times better than what we've got. We just ride around random fields half the time. And sometimes a farmer's been like, yeah, that's fine, you can make a track out of this for a while. Can you guys even hear this? You should be able to. So I'm going to turn it up for a second without blowing your ears off, I hope. No, you can't. Wait, can you hear it? No, you can't hear that. Why can you not hear that? Hang on, I think I know why. I think I know why. Holy shit. Wait, Chase, why are you raiding me with 17 people? If I... hang on, I'm going to scroll back in the chat in a second. I don't know why Chase has raided me with 17 people. He should be racing right now. Sorry, I know why you can't hear me. I've got it set up so you can only hear it from Opera GX, not Google Chrome. Right, drop that into there. Nice. And then hit this button here. And then close, close, close. That. There you go. Right, you can hear that now. So this is the only thing that gets distracting sometimes. I'm going to be quiet. As I go through this rut, just listen. You can hear the foot pegs dragging, and that's what throws me off sometimes. You hear like the ding, ting, ting, ting as I'm going through them. Really, really strange. Yeah, am I missing something? Hits. Yeah, why did Chase raid me? Yeah, you can hear the pegs flicking up. That is distracting sometimes. Just hearing like the back wheel light up and stuff gets distracting as well. Oh, his frames are fucked. Chase usually downloads low quality version, doesn't he? He's having to do high quality version today because the low quality version of the track's boofed and gives you a track mismatch. If you're on a particularly fast bit of track and it's a hardback track, you can just hear the rubber on the ground. Like just hear the tyres and it gets distracting sometimes. Or if you're on quite a stony track, you'll hear like the stones flicking up and hitting the underside of the rear mudguard. And then you think something's wrong with the bike, but it's not. Yeah, can't wait to go back to just wobbling my way around and arms blowing up after 2 laps because I haven't ridden in 6 months. You know what I do love about this bike? Which people are going to hate. I don't know if you'll be able to see it in this. No, you can't see it. Where I do a little back brake tap here. I'm back brake tapping with my fingers because I've got my back brake on the lever. You can see it. I'm back brake tapping with this rather than doing it with my foot. It feels so weird the first time you do it, but it also feels really nice just not having to do anything else. Like, ain't got to move your foot at all. Thank you very much for the Prime, Mr. Tadio. I always appreciate receiving Jeff Bezos money. Very kind of you. Oh, I've messed that one up, didn't I? Holy. Yeah, I would say my corner speed on the Varg is atrocious. And then I feel like I'm much better in the turns on my 250, but I just don't have access to my 250 all the time. I think I tried searching for it. I think it was like 2024, maybe. Actually, anybody that rips into my hair, by the way, and gives me shit for my hairline, can we appreciate how bad the hairline used to be? For people that give me shit, can we appreciate how far we've come? See? Don't want to hear it anymore. I'm just waiting for like the servers going up announcements, to be honest. We're just trying to kill some time until then. Bom, bom, bom. We are in 2024 now. I don't know what part of 2024 it would be. But I miss the sound of having an engine under me every now and then. Sorry, I saw some people asking about the VOG a little bit more. Let me see. Yeah, cameras will never do the speed or roughness justice, but it always feels like you're going faster than you actually are anyway. Yeah, hearing the suspension move-in's also weird, I agree. Thank you very much, Slicey, for the nice comment. Horsepower mode, that was probably in like 50, maybe 55. Something like that. I think anywhere between 45 and 60 is fine. The only thing you have to watch out for is on the hard pack tracks or slick tracks, it's easy to light the back end up more. Whereas if you're on like a Lumia track, yeah, whack the horsepower up if you want to. Lynn's ex-Reese IRL ride video. Finally. I don't live near Reese anymore, unfortunately. We got together that one time. A couple of times. Did screw me a bit when it comes to yeah, why does this guy keep yapping at the start of videos? And having the back brake on the lever on the VOG last time I rode it, the amount of times I've pulling in the clutch. I've tried that VOG in 80 horsepower for one singular lap, rather than actually braking, and probably never again. I had a really good day. This was a like it's scary. World Tracks MX in Chippenham in the UK, and if anybody sees themselves next week, no idea what to do if I get banned for a week. Weather, especially like mid-September. I mean, I could ask to commentate, but then I feel like I'm stealing Talon's thunder. I really like, well, I love this track to just go to and spin laps, but it's so frustrating trying to pass people on it, because there's a lot of, like, slower, tight and twisty bits. And I also get scared jumping alongside, like, slightly slower people, because I just never have trust in anybody. I think I've played MX Bikes too much, so now I just think everybody's going to cross-jump the shit out of me all the time. Just kind of waiting here because for some reason there's random yellow flags. There's yellow light up there as well. I'm just expecting someone to be dead on the floor, but there's nobody. Should have doubled them. I've only seen 2 people ever do that, and one of them came away with 2 broken ankles. But yeah, I want to go out. I want to go out on the Yami again. I spoke to my dad about it because it's in a lockup. It's in like a storage place, like 4.5 hours away from me, so I'd need him to meet me somewhere. Gosh, shift up, buddy. Jesus. The ARL ping's different. You mean I'm not going to get carried across the track by people? My speed's always really annoying because I'm too fast for beginners. Depending on the day, I'm either at the top or at the intermediates or in the middle of the intermediates. And on the days that I feel like I'm towards the top of the intermediates, I'm not fast enough for the experts, because then I'm just going to spend more time getting out of people's way rather than actually riding. So I don't know. Right, what are we looking like? No server news just yet. Watch clock. If they're listen, I'm 30 years old. Unfortunately, at least at the places I race, not practice, race, you don't get your own old man class until you get to the 40 plus. I think the races I do, you get a 40 plus class, a 50 plus class, and a 60 plus class. They all go together, but they're scored separately. As soon as I hit 4-0, I'm going in the old man class, 100%. 100%. Do you know how difficult it is, by the way, Going from a hired Varg, not mine, a hired Varg, to riding a 250F, to riding a CR125, to going back to a Varg, to switching bikes all the time. It's hard getting comfortable on something. Oh, Eastern Centre does some old boys now. Ooh. I know that my 125 still needs like rebuilding and stuff. I don't know if it's ever going to happen. But my 125 is now classed as a Evo bike. It's 2008, I believe. Which is nuts to me. Oh, this is Rusper in this thumbnail. Do I follow a cheeky little Rusper around the track? Rusper's much faster than I am. Don't know if you can see at the bottom of my screen here, this is the first time I ever rode one. This was me borrowing BPs. And then I was like, oh, well, kind of want to ride that now.
Hello everyone, welcome.
Parson Brown would beat me on a moped, 100%.
Well, today's video is just a straight up...
So yeah, this isn't my bike. This is just one of the rented ones at Moto 101. Holy shit. Are they all Hondas? Oh no, it's a KTM though. That's a lot of Hondas.
Really good day. Couldn't have asked for better weather and track conditions. And I just want to give a massive shout out as well to the Moto 101 team because they could not make it easier. Not just
I didn't do well at all, Gio. I went 6 DNF.
Rent a bike for the day and go and ride and enjoy motocross. And it was just so easy to just hire this Varg. I had this Varg to myself for the entire day. You go, you ride it, you bring it back, you plug it into charge.
The only one thing negative I'll say about hiring these bikes from 101 is where they're obviously not set up for you. A Moto 101 has a tendency to get quite sharp, choppy bumps coming out of the turns. You get bucked around a lot. They are brutal.
And I'm actually not talking during this GoPro, which is...
You're not having a good time?
But I was actually just trying to
That's not good.
my riding more than anything. I do want to apologise because me being a massive noob, I didn't check my camera settings before I went out any time. So this is just set to like normal FOV. Usually I like
this was before I owned one, I think.
See a lot more, you can see more of the horizon. So if it
So I'd ridden BPs twice ever, but then I hired one for the day. That's old Ruspy over here, Mr. Rusper. Do I see him on the track anywhere?
When you have a wide FOV, it makes it look like you're going faster. So I look very, very slow in this, and it doesn't feel slow at all when you're riding. But I hope you enjoy, and catch you in the next video.
Surely there's got to be some Rusper action in here. And I think that's another guy that's hired one that I'm just fast forwarding to now. Surely we don't clickbait the thumbnail with a Rusper in there and actually not being in the footage. I think I did. Oh no, there he is. He's just up the road. Hell no. No rumours like that at all, Rufio. Servers up yet? No, not yet. Just waiting still. I will straight up say I think that the chin camera, the chin mount, is the best viewing experience. On top of the helmet's too high up. Chest cam, you're looking at the seat the entire time. I think helmet or chin camera is the best way to go always. Right, close that. Close that. Close that. And close that. And that one. Cool. Right, we're good. We are good. No, I haven't done any sim outdoors practice at all. And the fact that I'm struggling to even make it into a Supercross main event at the moment doesn't fill me with much confidence for outdoors. Oh, it's done the thing again. Why does it always do this? There we go, we're back to it. Oh, did the solar panels give you any... Do they cause other kind of issues then? Ah, I'm not buying another not buying another camera just for stuff like that. Do not earn enough revenue on those videos, so it does not pay for itself. I thought you would have just gone into to scan afterwards and just smoothed out all the solar panels unless you actually want to keep them. But the owner of Moto 101, he's such a nice guy. when I took Linda for the day. Obviously, I paid for Linda to have the bike and all the gear and everything like that hired. And then he just said, like, grab another bike if you want and go ride around with her. And, like, didn't have to do that. It was probably a massive liability on the insurance because I didn't have any gear on. Just slapped a lid on and that was it. But no, it was nice. I mean, even this Husky feels nice around here. I should probably try that Yamaha setup. It's got like a nice flow around the corners. And it definitely feels like it's moving on the straights more forwards rather than up. I just don't know why it takes me 2 motos and a rage quit to feel any kind of flow. Maybe it's just the lack of any kind of, like, pressure, I suppose. Nobody else on the track to distract me. Nobody to try and dodge. Ooh. I think my approach for the rest of the year could just be try and ride a shit bike and then have the excuse of the bike's awful, so I shouldn't expect anything out of myself. I could ask Ryan to maybe try and allow 2-strokes onto servers, see if I can qualify on a 2-stroke. Although that's scary because now I qualified 18th today on a 4-stroke. And only 36 or 35 people make it to the races. That doesn't leave a lot of wiggle room, and the 2-strokes are a lot worse now than they used to be. But this right now just feels like... I'm not even locked in right now, I'm just kind of chatting at the same time. This feels like a night and day difference from what I raced a couple of hours ago. Oh, what was that? That's got to be quicker than a 52. Literally my best lap. Just chilling. 50.3. That's 2 seconds quicker than my qualifying time. It's Kozak him at the moment in outdoors. Yeah, it didn't go well because I went 6th in the first race and then I rage quit the second race. I was in last at the end of lap 3 and just laying on the ground with the reset delay and I was over it. Sponsors out? No, this is just what Brad sends me. I saw Brad do a hot lap of last year's Sardegna on the Husky and I was like, can you just slide me the setup? And that's that. So just chuck that on and it's nice. And that's on the Husky. That's not a model swap or anything. Don't you be horrible, Brock. I think that Special does a good job. Put up the quality results. I can certainly do that. Yeah, let me do some commentator duties real quick. Let me verify that I am a human. And I'm logged in. Cool. Right. Upcoming races. Getting flashbanged. Can we have a... Nico, can we have a dark mode on this? Unless there already is a dark mode. I don't know. Where are we at? Today is Monday. No, it would be Tuesday for me. MX... Let's do both. MX1 and MX2. So MX2 qualifying times. We have got a Wild Hawkey topping the leaderboards with a 148.4. As is Kay Bailey and Kozak the same person? Just so I can get my things right. Very close behind on a 48.6. Wait, hang on. 48? 48s? Did I just ran a 50 Yeah, mid 50 on a good lap on a 450. 48s. Holy moly. Who's this? And how's he got a fit? Huh? I would have qualified 7th in 250s. I am perplexed. Consider me baffled. Oh my god. Right, cut off for 250s was a 54.4, which I'm pretty sure is actually about the same as EU 450 times were. Everyone on that Reaper Doc tech now. Washed. Who's this? Who are these people? Or are people just changing their names? But he's 3-digit. Yeah, I'm not locked in enough on this scene, holy. Washed. That's about to be expected. Topping it with a 45.2. There's a 1.2 seconds between first and third, so yeah, Wash must have had a godly lap there. I couldn't imagine taking 5 seconds off the lap time that I did. Couldn't imagine it. Splash in 5th. Don't think Chase is riding today. Not this Chase. Oh no, he is riding. Okay, so he just took the stream down to get more frames, but he is still racing. Okay. Yeah, Chase qualified in 12th. Nice to see a KTM qualify in 2nd, though. Very nice. Is Jacob Hurls? No. Don't believe so. Chase's frames are chalks. Yeah, it makes sense. I say there was a mistake on the track building side of things by the looks of it, and they can't work out what the issue was, where the low quality version gives you a track mismatch on the servers. So everyone has to download the high quality today. Shout out. Lovely lady. P16. Read. Oh, this is... I actually love... I get to hate watch Read today. Oh, this is going to be great. I get to hate watch Read. Yes! Oh, we'll be preying on his downfall. Oh my... How did... this is how you know we're chalked. Frank didn't qualify. Wyatt didn't... But Wyatt's got many, many world records, by the way. Didn't qualify. Who else is in here that usually makes it through? Gurren didn't make it, unfortunately. Dizzle didn't make it. I don't really know anybody else. Moyd didn't make it. Damn. Damn, damn, damn. So you know how we don't know who this is? They have also only just joined the Discord server recently. I ain't saying shit. They've made it to be in an alt account. Well, that's bannable again anyway, isn't it? Can't do that. Holy, Brock, are you lagging as well? What's going on? Cam didn't make it. This is NA. This wouldn't be... If you see a cam in here, this isn't a normal cam. No, this is a different one. Different cam. Yeah, I'll be honest, gamers. If you do get banned for something, I would not recommend making an alt account to get around said ban, because usually that means the ban is even longer. Oh, this is... Brad, if you're still in here, by the way, can you make the low quality version of the track not work every week? Because it seems to be doing wonders for my viewers. Everybody's got no choice but to come over here. There's 39 people watching me on Twitch right now, which I think is the most I've ever had on Twitch ever. So thank you, everybody chilling over here. And thank you to Brock, and then also thank you to Chase as well. Apparently a hype train started 19 minutes ago. But how did a hype... I thought Hype Train was just subs. Stealth's 5 gifted was ages before that. No idea. I'm still waiting, by the way. I'm still waiting for the servers to go up. Oh, hang on. 250 and 450 Pro servers are up. They will not be staggered. What do we want to see, gamers? Do we want to see one moto of each, or do we want to see two 450 motos? I can do a poll, actually. How many people? We've got 100 people on YouTube. I'll do the poll on here instead. I'll only run it for like a minute, because I've probably got to be in the server pretty quickly. Start a poll. Who to watch? 450, 250, one moto of each. Start poll. I'm going to let that run for a minute. Please, 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 please vote, because this is quite time sensitive. Let me know what you guys want. I'm a man of the people. I'll do what I'm told. Although, based on the chat typing right now, it does seem, for the most part, people want to watch 450s. Oh, poor 250 riders, man. Just going to hover over it for a second. You fell at the finish wire, I feel for you. Not good. Not good at all. Right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, end poll. It was 49% 450s, 36% one of each, 15% 250s. So 450s have won today. So if you... Hang on. I'm not whitelisted. Copy, paste. Right, I'll wait for the all clear. There we go. Hello, Stinia. Aspect is back. I thought Aspect was just MX Simulator. That's Neil Wells' team, isn't it? Or am I faded? Is that completely different? I'm just reading all of the Jacob accusations. Hang on. I'm seeing TMOS accusations already. Was oh no, it was Burger in Supercross, wasn't it, that people were suspicious of? It seems like the usual people that stream whilst they're racing are having frame issues on this track, where the track's a bit higher quality visually, and they also have to download the higher quality version because the low quality version's broken. But no worries, Wes, I'm alright. I'll wait for the all clear. Aspects created by me and Dylan back in Outdoors last year, but we both quit. Oh, okay. Just the same name as the Sim team as well. That's fine. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Neil Wells that had like Aspect visuals or something like that on Sim for quite a few years. Stephen, it did not go great. I don't know where I got overall, but I went 6th in the first race and then DNF in the second one because I rage quit. Thank you, Wes. Right, click on that. Spectate. Nice, we're good. Good, good, good. I'm doing both 450 motos, Brock. So you have to do both, good on both of them. Can't just lock in for one or the other. Is Moto 101 good for a beginner? Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Moto 101's good. You can ride that track as slow or as fast as you like, no issues. It's very, very tame. Or are you implying IRL, or are you implying from in-game? I mean, both apply. It's a very easy tracking game as well. Oh, I'm gonna have to try and should I run and get some water just before the gate drops to make sure the vocal cords are nice and lubricated throughout this race? Hello, Clerk. I am gonna do that. I'm gonna run. I'll be 20 seconds maximum. I'm sorry for the delay, Wes. Damn, you should have seen the man boobs jiggling. I'll be honest, Hazard, I never really know what I'm racing until like 3 days before the actual races. I just go wherever my bike goes. No, Chloe, the people have spoken. They want me to watch both of the 450 motos today. I've done a poll. Oh, love to see that. It's nice seeing some family support. W. Brock's dad. We'll see if Brock has a good race today. Joe, the strangest thing happened. I went downstairs, I grabbed some water, but somehow in between me getting it from the fridge and getting up to the room, it turned into a can of Pepsi. I don't know how that's managed to happen. Yeah, can we get a PC check on Jacob? Because Bro just came out and spanked everyone. Well, didn't spank everybody. There was one person he didn't spank. Who's my money on? It's hard not to go based off of qualifying times a lot, but knowing that Wash had such a good round one, I think he went like, I don't know where he got in the second moto actually, but I know he won Moto 1. And now being top qualifier again today, I think Wash is kind of locked in. I mean, he is your reigning champion for a reason. Bro loves the outdoors. So it's hard to bet against him. It all depends how the first few corners go. Let me turn all of my overlays off I don't need. Nice. Actually, are there any like cool overlays that could help from a commentating perspective? That button. Is there any? I like telemetries. Got some session data over there. Timing, that's individual. Gap bars, individual. Stats. Do the stats change? Are the stats for me, or could they be based on who I'm watching? So if I click on... No, they don't change. I think they're just for me. That'd be cool if you could see each rider's, like, how many crashes each rider's had during a race. Do these change per person? That's performance. I need telemetry. Oh yeah, these change per person. You can see... Oh, you can't... I'm so sorry. There we go. You can see, like, each rider's throttle and brake inputs down here if I had that as an overlay. I don't know why you'd want that, but it exists. Last round you was barking on him and he would pull you on the straights. You reckon he's cheating? Okay. Well, we'll keep an eye on it today. We'll see if anything looks a little bit suspicious. But it's always interesting seeing somebody with a 3-digit number come out of nowhere and suddenly be insanely fast. It's not unheard of, but yeah, it doesn't happen too often. Let me make sure I've got all the right buttons pressed. No, I need to press that one. There we go. Now we've got the names as well. You like what Special uses? Does he get rid of this one completely and instead he uses... uses this? And then you can see like this massive one here. How 30 is the maximum it goes to. I reckon something like that. And then I could have some opacity on in the background so you can see it a little bit easier as well. And have this rocking over here on the far left. We can try this for a moto, see if it works. I'm guessing it probably updates more frequently than other ones do as well. Something like that. A little spectating action. Right. Race is about to start. We've got all of our riders on the gate. We're going to load them all in very, very slowly. I'll keep this one on the left and just see how it goes for a while. It's for Moto 1, and if people want it to be changed for Moto 2, we can certainly do that as well. At least here it should show everybody's times at all times, you know? Now, I can do it so it shows how many cuts they have. The only concern I have with that is the more things I add, the more of the screen it takes up. Where if I just keep it as number and name for the time being, it's a little bit more condensed. Should we do the gap reference point from the leader? That'll make sense, won't it? So it'll show how far behind everybody's behind washed. Add the animation thing. Where? This. We'll change it afterwards, maybe. Right, here we go. The revs are up. Who's going to make it to this first corner first? We've got Brock right on the inside. Then got Jacob next to him in P2. These boys are actually going to have to turn left a little bit before they turn to the right. Everybody going to be drifting out wide. We'll all go invisible for a second as we go around turn 1. Who's going to go across that whole shot line? And it is your fastest qualifier, Mr. Wash. That is not what the rest of the field wanted to see. They probably wanted Wash to go down in the first corner, not have this perfect start. So he is going to lead them past the mechanics area. We have then got a Wild Ethan on the Moto Academy machine. We have got Chase, Jesus Christ. Chase on that Black Rifle No Fear machine, rocking around in P3. The only person whose skins I have. As soon as he saw that I was commentating, he slid in the DMs and got me to download his stuff. Oh, Wash getting a little bit off the track there. He'll probably get a second of cuts. But I think over the course of a full 35-ish minute race, I don't think that 1 second of cuts will matter too much. Ethan is going to take over the lead though, and now Chase going right up the inside. I know Chase in particular was not happy with his round 1 performance. He had a Linz style crash out at the end of, or during Moto 2 yesterday, or last week. So we're going to see how this goes. Washed. Going to drive his way past using all of the power of that Yamaha. Ethan going to try and keep her up on 2 wheels. Chase gets into him. He keeps it up as well. Little reminder to everybody, if this is your first time joining us this week, that the races now have a reset delay. So like Mr. C-Star and Jacob right here, they are now going to be laying on the ground for about 3 seconds thinking about what they've done wrong. So crashes, more important than ever, trying to keep that bike up on 2 wheels. We have Reed. He is all the way up here. Is he inside the top 10? Gonna have to try and keep an eye on that time on the far left-hand side. We'll see as they go. Is there any way of... so I've got the name overlays here. Can I also see the position overlays next to their actual name on the track as well? Oh, Reed and Daryl trying to take up the same spot of track. That's not going to work. Reed being forced to the outside. I don't believe the outside is the prime line. He looked to have a good drive at first, then just got a little bit hung up on one of the bumps on the exit. So Chase has remounted now. We have got some... are these boys... I don't know if rivalry is the right word to use, but... they like to let each other know when they've beaten each other. And I've been informed that we have a Daddy Williams in chat as well, cheering on Brock today, which you'd love to see, some parental support. Ethan going to go down again, so that's going to give him another 4 seconds or so added on. He's going to be letting everybody else go. So we've got all these boys up here. Colin with a pretty damn good start, another Black Rifle member. And then we've got Brax a little bit higher up. So Brax is in P3 on the track right now as they run. And if we go all the way forwards to the front, it is the man of the outdoors, Mr. Wash on that SPX Performance / NGS machine. For some reason at first I thought NGS was a suspension brand as well, but now I know that it isn't. I thought bro had 2 lucky ones in there. Where's Troy? Troy does the European series, so Troy's already done his racing today. I think he had a pretty good day overall. He went something like 9 and 6 in the races, so yeah, pretty damn solid, especially with some of the level of competition that those boys have in there. I can't work out. I'm looking on this far left hand side at my overlay right now. I cannot for the life of me see a name that says REE for Reed, because I was spectating Reed earlier trying to work out what position he was in, but I can't see him anywhere. So we've got first, second, Brock is in third. It says Splash is in... Is that Splash has just gone down? No, that is Braden that's gone down. Yeah, not too sure. You forget I'm from the UK. Oh, the accent's a dead giveaway. Dead giveaway. You've got Trav up here in 4th place. Yeah, I think this Max HUD might be a little bit boofed on me. Let me quickly switch over to this one, just to see how this goes for the time being. Yeah, I'm not too sure, to be honest, gamers. Does this have everybody's names on them? I don't see Reed on this one either, or am I completely blind? There he is. 13th place. So Reed is there. Is he on this one in 13th? There he is. Okay, yeah, no. I'm just old. I actually think I need to put my glasses on. Okay. Which I can do. I do have glasses right next to me now. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I looked at that multiple times and couldn't see him whatsoever. Right, so we have got Mr. Trav on the Me, Myself, and Amp. I'm not sure that's how the saying goes. No, Brock's gone down. He's going to get ran into by Daryl. And then Ethan and Merck's going down as well. Oh, Brock is in a terrible position. That's a blind corner there as they come round the little right-hand double. They're just going to be riding straight into each other. He's finally going to get up going. We can see there's about 8 people all on the same stretch of track right here. We're going to fly around and just see how this unfolds. Everybody trying to slot into the inside. I didn't even know there was a tight inside line there on the exit of that corner. Now rider from me. Reed getting bumped out wide by Ethan on that Moto Academy machine. We have Brock and Reed going side by side with each other. Everyone noticing that this middle rut is the fastest one. They're all going to be trying to take it. We've got Mr. Jesse Navarro up here. He's barking the virtual dirt course. He's in 9th place right now with a wild Merc just on his booty cheeks. So I went back and watched one of my very first live streams on this channel from back in 2021, and there was a wild Merc lurking in the chat right there. So another one of the OGs of the bike scene, still out here doing his thing, doing better than I do these days. Doing much better than I do. But whilst all of these battles have been going on, all this drama, all these crashes, all these reset delays, look at the gap ahead of everybody right now. Look at the gap. Brax is in P2. He's already 8 seconds behind your current race leader, Mr. Washed. And to give you guys a little bit more time to know where we're at, I am going to click on somebody in the battle. Let's click on Daryl for a second. And I'm quickly just going to mess around and fix this overlay. I am going to turn on that and that, minimize that, move that to there, so now you guys can see how much time we've got left in the race as well. Hopefully that keeps things a little bit more straightforward. We do have track cameras today as well, so I'll watch the track cameras for a bit rather than flying around everywhere. Oh, and I can use this to select... Oh, this is brilliant. I can select this to view the people as well. Right, so Wash is clear. He's 11 seconds up the road from Brax in P2. I will say, for the SPX and the NGS team members, you've got the names back to front. One guy's got SPX first, the other guy's got NGS first. Let's try and get a little bit of like uniformity in there. Let's get everybody all in line with each other for the professionalism. Thank you, boys. We've then got Trav, who might be a privateer based on the name. If anybody wants to pick him up, he's barking. He's loving that. We then got Splash, the owner of SPX. I guess everybody has to follow suit. They got to do it this way around in P4 with a Wild Mercs. How many SPX riders have we got in this? Another SPX rider. So we've got 4 out of the top 5 being SPX-based machines. So these two are going to be going at it. Don't want to be taking out your teammate, Low Merch. Got to be careful. Got to give him some space. We then got Ethan on that Moto Academy machine. He is here in P6. Actually just been demoted to P7. Jesse has made the pass on him. Might be a second of cuts coming into play there, which is why timing and scoring is showing something different. That's just how it goes. We got Mr. C-Star on that Blazed MX Cloud suspension machine. He is in 8th. Daryl, who I noticed had a lot of really, really good qualifying times in the Supercross series so far. My brain doesn't let me remember the actual results, but I know Dario's got pace indoors. I haven't seen what he can do outdoors yet. So we'll see if he kind of stays around this top 10 mark or if he can push his way forwards and make up a little bit of time. In the actual P10 though, we've got Caden, another SPX rider. He's going to blow that inside right. He's probably going to give the position up to Braden here, although he is going to control the inside, and he actually whips into Braden's face. Braden's now going to be laying on the floor thinking about what he couldn't have done wrong for the next 4 seconds. A little bit of an unfortunate get-together there, but he will not be happy with the man on your screen right now for throwing it in his face like that. It's giving Barsha/Roxon vibes there. So Braden's going to get relegated back to P number 9. It won't let me watch Ocean. It actually won't let me watch half these people. This is not a good day so far for Mr. Chase. I like to give him a little bit of stick. Thank you very much for the Prime, Venet. Much appreciated. Very generous of you. I'd like to give him a little bit of stick in Supercross. I call him a outdoors merchant because I just think Chase is much better outdoors than he is indoors. Had a really good Moto 1 at Switzerland, came second. Not a good Moto 2, however. He had a nice little Linz-style crash out. And now not the best of starts here at Moto 1 in Sardegna, and he's going to go down again, and he's going to get some bike facing the wrong way cheese, and he's in a really bad spot here. He does do the smart thing. He kind of pulls off to the side there to rejoin rather than popping the 180 in the middle of the track. But that's going to lose him another 4, maybe 5 positions, and already we are only a third of the way through, not even a third of the way through this Moto 1, and Chase is going to be about 41 or so seconds behind the lead once they hit the next set of timing gates. So hopefully he can regain, remount, as Ocean and Braden are going to get into it with each other there. We got a Wild Panda. There we go. We'll watch a little bit of Panda action. Is this is OG Panda, isn't it? This is OG Panda, the boy that's been around for a while. The ex-Muck Creations Panda, my ex-teammate. Yeah, Panda, another OG of the scene. Came runner-up in Supercross so many years in a row, and then he finally got his championship on, I can't remember what coast it was, but he got a 250 coast championship. You'd love to see that. That's how it be. Where is the man who I love to hate watch? There he is. Qualified outside the top 20. He is inside the top 20 in this Moto 1 though. Mr. Reed of the Black Rifle No Fear gear. Rumour has it that he went to NA for GPs this year to dodge Rex. Didn't want to race in the same races as Rex, so he's now on the NA side. And after the first round was finished, he said that he's not built for this NA life. He can't do the 5 hours of practice. He wants to go back to EU. Can't do that. That is against the rules. Thank you very much, JC, for the Prime as well. And thank you, Weasel, for the Prime. We love all the Jeff Bezos money. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very kind of all of you. Much appreciated. God, get me in the booth all the time. This is so much better. Let's give the flowers to the people at the back. We've got Mr. Wetto here on the HFS, but that's not a good look. I see a lot of Instagram reels, a lot of TikTok reels saying only possible on HFS suspension. Although that is 2 different suspension brands right there that I'm seeing as well, so I don't know how that's going. But he's in 35th right now, but he's a better man than me because I left when I was in last place. He is just behind Marco on that MotoView machine. We've then got 7 on the Blaze MX machine. Might be the only Fantic that I've seen in this field so far. He's rocking around in a 33rd. We've got Vendrami, who's not doing as good as I would have expected. Mr. Lucas Vendrami here. He has been getting faster and faster, I would say, as the weeks and months have gone on recently. He's been picking up a good amount of speed. The one downside that he has a lot of the time is I'm pretty sure he's coming out of Brazil. And the Brazilians notorious for their high ping. So any kind of crashes and get-togethers, they're already going to get some kind of wonky physics and crashes. So that, with the reset delay in these outdoors races, could play a big factor into the results. But the man's good at his volleyball, his beach volleyball. I've seen it on the Instagram. So wish him the best, see if he can keep charging forwards. We've then got Pax here. He is in 26th position. Let's try and find a couple of battles. Oh my goodness, look how many riders are on the screen at once. We've got Ocean, Owen, J-Mac. There's a whole bunch of people here all together. So this is around about the top 15 or so these guys are all battling for. And it looks like, I think there's quite a few cuts coming into play as well. I noticed that with this reset today, you kind of get groups of riders. So Wash has disappeared out in the front. He's 20 seconds clear. Then there's another 10 seconds back before you've got a group of 3 or 4 riders. Then you've got about another 10 seconds to a group of a bunch of riders. And then there's another 10 seconds here to a bunch of riders. So it's just like everyone's riding in their unique groups, everybody crashing with each other. It's hard to separate yourself when you get into those positions. But this man right now, what's his lap times looking like? What's he doing? He's running 49s as a race pace. That's disgusting. That is disgusting. The pace of some of these guys is absolutely insane. Wash looking to do his very, very best to try and retain that number 1 going into next year. Kind of setting the level with everybody already. He's 26 seconds clear of Brax in P2, who is running... He's also run a 49, but his last lap it looks like he went down once, maybe twice, dropping a 158. The EU pace earlier today, there was definitely a big difference between top 4 and then the rest of the field. Them boys were gone. In Moto 2, Tyler managed to win by an entire minute because it looked like the rest of the fast guys had really bad starts and had to work their way through the field. Yeah, Washed is moving right now. Braxton, a little bit of a lonely P2 for the time being. He's got at least 1 crash's worth over Splash, who's worked his way all the way up to P3, and he has relegated Trav back down to P4 there. We've got Mr. Navarro ran out your top 5 with Mert just behind him. He's on his booty cheeks. And then Daryl is slowly moving up the order. It's around about... I mean, his gap to the lead is about the same. So he hasn't lost much time to the front, but then the people just in front of him have been losing time. So that everybody's starting to narrow together, starting to pinch. Ethan dropped to P8 now after his really, really good start, but he seems to have stabilised. He's got a big gap of 12 seconds behind him. And we find Caden Chase going down. I saw it just behind my face cam. Chase now has to lay on the ground and think about what he's done again. He's going to try and get going as fast as possible. I'm doing both for the 450 motos. Sorry to the 250 guys, but it's not staggered tonight. And it's a little bit of a biased opinion, but I do class the 450 boys as being the premier class in these races. Lots more room for mistakes on these 450s, where you can either loop her out or go over the handlebars or slide out. A lot of power, a lot of machinery to try and control. And watching the best guys in the game do it perfectly is very, very satisfying to watch. Where is Mr. B. W. Do-Rag Williams? I don't think I've seen him since the start, and he got caught up in some dramas. Has he changed his name? Is it B-Nut these days, or is it still Brock? I mean, give me a shout if you see BRO anywhere. There, is that him? Oh, I clicked on him and it changed. That's why I can't find it. It's changing people's positions. I lost it. Where's he gone? There he is. There is old Brocky. P26 right now, so definitely not a race that he would have wanted to have. Knowing Brock, he probably wants no worse than a top 5, to be honest, and he's definitely capable of it. And so with some of these crashes, you then kind of get caught in a bit of chaos with other people crashing into you as well. Can't be easy trying to work your way back through the field after this. So he is outside of points right now, but we are halfway through this race. So it wouldn't surprise me to see him get up into a points-paying position. Has Vendrami just gone over the buzzer? Oh, no, it was close. I thought he got a really big kick there. But you can see, even halfway through this race, just how close a lot of these people are together. We've got Vendrami, Brock, we got RC going down. Brock managed to survive that bike. I thought he was going to get cleaned out by that. We've got Submac just in front of these boys. Is that Ocean just ahead as well? I think that's that Ocean there, just a little bit up the road. I'm seeing some Let's Go Wes in chat. Just gonna try and give Wes some flowers if it'll let me spectate him. Doesn't look like it is going to let me spectate him though. It's not liking it. Either way, Wes is currently in P14 on the track. Should we do a little bit of orbit camera? Try and find some of these boys that it's not letting me spectate normally. Let's fly up the field, let's go. Got Pax up here. Caden, we've got Ryder. So these boys are just outside the top 20. This is 23rd. It's actually a massive battle on for the points then. So The man who qualified only a tenth off of the guy 40 seconds out in front right now is back here battling for just a singular point. Mr. Jacob on the skirt machine. He is in 21st right now, and Brock has already gained 6 positions since last we saw him. He's gone from 26th all the way up to 20th, so he is now scoring points. He's got Ocean just up the road in front of him. He's got Owen just in front of him right there as well. Let's carry on moving forwards. There we go. We've got Wes here in about 17th, J-Mac in about 16th. We've got Panda and C-Star going at it. They're having a little bit of a battle. I think they both have cuts because timing and scoring is showing Grim on the Chesco Boys machine just ahead. He almost loses that back end there. That inside, very, very dangerous. And then we've got a big gap to the next group of riders. We've got Chase, the Black Rifle team owner, being caught by Mr. Reed. And Reed will not let Chase live this down if he beats him. Like, Chase will already be annoyed with how this race has gone. But if he lets Reed beat him as well, he will be extra, extra annoyed. So I actually kind of want to stay on this and see how these boys do. These boys are in a bit of a sticky situation right now. Chase specifically, because... Oh, as Reed goes down, little commentator's curse. Chase specifically, because he knows that he could quite easily podium every single one of these races. So the fact that he's a minute and 20 seconds down right now, he's going to be charging even harder than he normally would, which is going to lead to more crashes. That is the... I wouldn't say issue, but that is one of the features of this reset delay, is if you get pucked by it at the start of a race, you then have to push even harder to come back, and then it just kind of snowballs from there. You crash more because you're pushing harder. Colin getting all kinds of sideways. Another Black Rifle machine. So we had 3 of them in a row. Hold on to a Chase. Holy. Noticing Chase has no boots when I'm really far away from him, and then when I zoom in, they come back again. Bro's got no legs. Lieutenant Dan, you lost your legs. Then there's a, oh my god, huge gap in front of him. What's like the time there? Got about 12 seconds from Chase all the way up to Caden here. And this is a P9 position. I could have sworn Jesse was on a KTM earlier. Jesse, it's time to cook. Right, these boys working their way through. Jesse in P8. I don't know if he'll be happy or sad with that, I'm not too sure. That does mean that Ethan's managed to gain an extra position since last time we saw him, and he is currently all over the back of Mr. M3 RK, Mr. M3 Arced, Mafract. And he's going to make a little bit of an aggressive pass there. I don't hate it too much. He did kind of leave the door open. Merck made a mistake on the entrance to that corner, and it looked like Ethan was hard committed to it. Couldn't really check up at all. So that's going to move him up to 6th. We are now going to have a wild Daryl in P5 though. So a decent comeback ride for him there. Looks like he was down a little bit at the start. He's kind of doing his bit now. Let me select one of these top boys just so we can see the top 30. There we go. Splash has moved up into P2. Who's thrown out the anchor? It's Brax that's thrown out the anchor. So Brax has gone from P2. He's lost about 20 seconds since last time we saw him. So he's now in P5. He's 50 seconds-ish behind the lead. So that means he has been passed by Marco. That's a lapper. Ignore me. He's been passed by Trav. So Trav here in the top 3. And he's also been passed by... That's also a lapper. Mr. Splash here on the SPX machine. Splash now in P2. And that gap to Wash has gone down slightly. But there's only 10 minutes plus a lap left to go in this 450 Moto number 1. So I'll be very surprised. I mean, to show you how big of a gap 30 seconds is. Let's fly around the track until we find him. That's not even him. That's another lapper. That's not even him. That's another lapper. Oh my goodness. Where is he? That's another lapper. Those are lappers. That is ridiculous. Bro is so far in the lead right now. He could stop and go to the toilet and come back and I think he'd be okay. Yeah, a 31-second lead for Wash right now. Absolutely munching the virtual dirt course. I'll be honest, I'm probably going to slide in his DMs and ask for the setup after this because he's munching the track. Absolutely munching. Join Aspect. How much money are we talking? How much money are we talking, Stana? I could be picking down what you're putting up. I mean, I'm the only AJP rider left. I don't get any bikes, so maybe. Maybe. There you go. Splash is back in P2. Wash is cruising right now 100%. He's done the hard work at the beginning of the race, and now he's given himself such a big buffer that he can just ride around and stay up on 2 wheels. He could probably knock 3 seconds off of his lap time just to stay up and still be absolutely fine. We've now got a bit of a Dario and Mr. Jesse Navarro battle right now, both on the new Skirt team. On skirt, skirt. Skirt, skirt, skirt. Daryl going to go wide. He's going to make a mistake. That's going to let Jesse go through up the inside right here. I imagine since these guys are on the same teams as each other, they should be keeping it fairly clean, fairly respectful on the track. Daryl coming into that corner a little bit faster than Jesse. He's not going to have expected Jesse to cut to the inside there. That was close, but good reaction times from him. Did not make that mistake. We've got a Merkt and Caden battle as well. This is all for P8 in this moto. Oh. I don't... so Reed has rage quit this moto. He's doing his best Lynn's impression as well. Wait, Reed rage quit? He was in like 12th or something, wasn't he? Reed, we can't be rage quitting in 12th. At least I was in dead last. Come on. What's going on? Crazy work. But Chase, he's actually brought the time down to the lead. I think it was about 1:20 at one point. It's now 1:15. Unfortunately, he had such a bad start to this race that it's going to be very, very difficult to make any kind of meaningful time up. He's got about 8 seconds to Merkt in front of him. Well, Merkt and Caden in front of him. So there is still time. There's 7 minutes plus 1 to go. And with how brutal the crashes can be on this track, people will be laying on the ground for a long time, just like Caden is. He's not just having a nap. His arms haven't just blown up. He's having to sit there for the full extent of that reset delay. And just as I was talking about it, that is going to mean that Chase is all over his booty cheeks. Chase dragging that rear brake in the air. The annoying fucker. Doing his best Dorian Marrett impression with that. I hate when people just drag that brake. Listen to it. Squeak, 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 squeak. Horrible. So he's going to try and put some pressure on Caden now. The tough thing I find a lot of time with these American races is he's just tried pushing a little bit too hard there. The front wheel busts over the rut and he's going to go down and lose all that time that he gained. The thing that I find difficult sometimes about these American races compared to the European ones is people are just so damn good at that fast line. It's really hard to try and make a pass around them anywhere else. They understand what line is the quickest. They usually hit that one pretty damn good. So if you're going to try and go off to a different line and make a pass, you better make sure you hit it absolutely perfect. So unfortunately for Chase, he's going to lose some time. That's going to give Caden some breathing room there. Just up the road from him, we now have Jesse has fallen into the clutches of Merkt, and this is going to be the battle for P7 right here. I'll stay on board with these two just for a little bit. If Jesse does blow the middle right, he is going to go wide. That's going to give Merkt a little bit of running room up the inside, but then Jesse twists grip, drops a gear and disappears. He manages to pull away just a little bit again on that next straight. Well, Merkt gets a nice bounce there. Gets a lot of drive around the left-hander as well. And they're both going to filter into this inside, then hook out to the right, miss that inside roller. All the way around the outside here, or are they cutting down? Oh, they're cutting down now. So that's just another development, looks like they've worked out, that cutting down more to the inside's faster. A lot of far right of the track being used over here. You can stay just a little bit lower by riding up to the top of this banking, miss out some of the deep stuff. That's why you'll see everybody moving all the way over there. We've got Marco going a lap down low. He's putting the hand up, trying to be a good lapper, letting everybody go through. You love to see that. Always got to pay respects to good lappers. They're few and far between nowadays. Give you a little update on what the lead is looking like. We have washed 50 seconds clear. We've got a battle for P2, if I can find them. Between the 3 of these, actually. We've got Trav has just made the move on Splash, so that's promoted him up to 2nd, Splash down to 3rd. And then we've got Brax just behind them on the outside looking in. So it looks like Brax actually has a second or 2 worth of cuts. Grimm's a lap down, so there's no implications there with that crash. Splash going very long off of that jump. Jesus. And we've got 4 minutes plus a lap left to go. We've got a 45-second lead for Washed, but then we have a three-way battle for P2 just behind him. Let all these boys fly their way through. I usually like watching... Oh, it looks like Brax has gone down. Yes, he's gone down just behind the camera. That's going to move Ethan up to P4, I think? Yeah, there's all kinds of battles happening towards the end of this moto. So Brax has gone from 2nd in this race, down to 5th, back up to 4th, and now he might be in danger of being outside the top 5 if Daryl makes his way past. Looks like Ethan's got a fair few seconds of cuts on timing and scoring, so whilst he's in front of them on track position, he is not beating on timing. So these two behind him haven't got to make any immediate moves, but they'll still want to try and get past and have a little bit of a gap, have a little bit of time ahead. I am very quickly coming to the realisation that this is much more fun to watch them race. Just throwing it out there. Make of that what you guys want to make of it. Hello, Auction. Oh, he's gone down. Brax has gone down again. Was that looked like a little Was that a front end wash that just happened? We'll get a little quick replay on this. Or did he get a little bit off balance? Was he leaning over too far? I know it's the rear wheel. So he's exited this corner too sharp of an angle. The back end's tried high siding him. He's then landed, swapped side to side, just couldn't regain it. Back end comes round in. He's going to go down onto the floor, plus 4 seconds. So it's all starting to fall off. The wheels are coming off of the bike for Brax. Grim's going to be a good lapper, try and get out of the way. Jesse's about to make his way past him as well. So that is actually going to move Brax down to... Where is he overall? He is down to P6 now. Not ideal. Not ideal at all. Washed still going to be extending this lead out. I mean, every time we've spectated him so far, I've just not seen him put a wheel wrong. Look at him, it's just perfect. Dialed. No back end swapping. Landing everything where he needs to land it. He's now going tight inside here to try and stay out of the really deeper road, so using his head at the same time. Lovely stuff, beautiful. I mean, we've got battles going on here all the way as far back as P13. He's lapped up to P13 right now. Got Colin back here a lap down, Jacob back here a lap down. So again, the person who qualified second fastest, he's been put a lap down by the person that beat him by a 10th in qualifying. It's crazy the difference between qualifying paces and race paces. These are all a lap down. Where is your P2 position? Now, Brock's a lap down, Chase is a lap down, Braden's a lap down, Alyssa Lou's a lap down. Never thought I'd heard that. There we go. So we've got a battle for second place still going on between Trav on the Me, Myself and I machine and Mr. Splash, Mr. Suspension himself. Oh, Splash that back end kick in, but it comes back straight afterwards. These two choosing to go around the outside here. Maybe they're not vibing with the inside road that's forming there. It's very easy for the front end to want to tuck to the left as you're going into that corner with the road. I noticed that in the EU race. I don't want to stay on board with these two. I know there's also a good battle going on for P4 right now between Daryl and Ethan. Splash is going to get a much better driver along the mechanic straight. Going to make the pass on Trav. I don't think there's any cuts going on either. I think this is as it runs. Steiner, you might be... You're ticking all the right boxes here. As a Jet Glazer, and a Prado Enjoyer, and a Cairoli Meter, and riding Ducati once in my life, those sound like all the right people. They sound good. Thank you very much, Christopher. Alyssa Lou is going to get off the track, try and get out of the way of these leaders. We'll see if Chase can do it as well. Is this the 11-year-old Chase that was doing EU Supercross, or is this a different one? If so, the man too young to have a Discord account, munching around the course as well. My races weren't amazing overall today, Vash. I went 6th in Moto 1 and then I DNF'd Moto 2 because I was in last and at the end of lap 3 and rage quit. So a mixed, a roller coaster of emotions today. Right, this battle for second is still going on. It's been like a good 3, maybe 4 laps right now. Oh, I thought it was about to land on the top of each other. Kinky individuals. Keep that to the bedroom. Splash trying to take a different line here. He's going to go to the inside. Not sure if it was by choice or if he just got that jump before it a little bit wrong. But it's going to give Trav a couple of bikes running room. So if it is +1 lap, that means Washed is on the last lap of the race with a minute gap over everybody else. Very, very impressive stuff. But he put himself in the right place early on. He got the whole shot and he made a little mistake on lap 1, but he didn't actually fall off the bike. And he was able to regain, take advantage of everybody else's mistakes and disappear up the road. As Splash is going to get into the back of Trav, those two lines come together. Alyssa Lou and Chase coming in together as well. It's all happening right here. That might end up giving Trav the P2 by the end of this race, because now Splash has to lay on the ground. He's actually going to lose another 2 positions. I didn't realise just how close Ethan and Daryl were to him. But that is going to move Ethan up to 3rd, Daryl up to 4th, and Splash has gone from 2nd, well, almost 2nd to 5th in the space of 1 crash. Oh, Dylan, now you're speaking my language. Interesting, interesting. We'll see, we'll see. Ethan's going to go down low, so now Daryl's going to come back past, Splash is going to come back past. Ethan's bike's doing tricks on it, crazy style in the rut. He manages to get out of it. That's a lapper there. C-Star, is he on the lead lap? No Sea Stars a lap down. Who's the next man behind? We've got Brax and Jesse coming together. Jesse getting all kinds of wrong going into that corner. Brax had nowhere to go. He's now going to get the bike facing the wrong way, Cheese. He's going to try and get going again. Very unfortunate for him. He's had a bit of a rough second half of this first moto, unfortunately. I'm not sure if these guys are running a higher road than the European race was earlier, or if they're just all locked into the same line now after learning the track more. But she's certainly digging down. I mean, we're starting to get a little bit of triangulation in these... Oh, hello. A little bit of triangulation in some of these corners. It's just how it goes. I think our race leader, Mr. Wash, did finally make a single mistake. He's lost about 10 seconds from his lead, but he's still doing the business out in front. He is now on his last lap. And he's probably halfway around it already. So this man right here, P2, Trav, barking the virtual dirt course. He's got a tiny, tiny buffer on Daryl. I think he can afford maybe one crash, and then as he gets up, they're going to be together. So he can't really afford any big mistakes on this last lap here. So Daryl's in P3, Splash is in P4. Braden is a lap down, so immediate danger there. That means that this man, Ethan, on the Moto Academy machine, he must have gone down last time we saw him. Then we've got Jesse back here in 6th. We've got Brax back here in 7th. C-Star is a lap down. Caden is here in 8th. Chase in 9th still. Not an atrocious finish. He'll still be very, very annoyed with it. But damage limitation at this point. And then we've got Merckx rounding out your top 10. These boys just putting Ryder a lap down as well. I think I need to give him his flowers. Where is he? I've not been able to watch him too much this race. So I like trying to show as many battles as possible rather than just the leader. Where is your lead? There he is. He's doing tricks on it. Mr. Washed, SPX Performance / NGS machine. From flag to flag. Beautiful stuff. Not putting a wheel wrong. Just barking the virtual dirt course. One corner left to go and he is going to claim your Moto #1 victory, getting all of the points that he needs. Why was the last lap flag out for the last lap? But now he's disappeared and we're still going. Hello? Okay, so I think this is actually the last lap. Holy. Way to confuse me. I don't think they're still going. Unless Wash is just that locked in that he wants to do extra laps. Actually, I'm going to stay on board with him. Stay on board with him for this whole last lap, see what he's doing around this track, or if he's just hitting his marks. What are the average lap times looking like for him now as well? He ran a 1:56 last lap, so that'll be where he lost that extra bit of time to P2. But his best lap is a 48.4, which is almost top of... Oh my goodness, holy crossover. That's Wes. So, yeah, he almost ran top of EU qualifying time during the race. That's kind of crazy stuff. AMA must have hired these flags. I'm not tripping, right? He definitely... That was waving the last lap flag last lap, and he'd already been through the finish. And now he's disappeared. He's gone for his lunch break, and the race is still going on. We'll see if he reappears for Wash again when he gets to the finish. Yeah, so a great dominant performance for Wash here. He has lapped all the way up to P14. So he's lapped up to P13. So the last man on the lead lap, just under 2 minutes behind, is another Caden, possibly. Can't find him. There's Chase. Actually, it might be Chase. I think Chase is the last man on the lead lap. I just don't think the timing's updated yet. So here he is. We'll follow him through. Final corner. Actual finish line. The flag has come back again now. You'll have to see it. Oh. No, he's giving people their last lap back. What a nice man. Imagine having such a big lead, you can let people have their last laps to battle it out. He's going to let Caden back through. Oh, that's the man he was waiting for, his SPX teammate. There you go. So Wash your Moto 1 winner. We're now going to try and fly back a little bit, try and find P2. There's Brock, a lap down. Owen's lap down, Marcy lap down, Submac, Marco. Where? He's stopped. How far back have we got to go here? There he is. A very good race here from Trav. Just, again, solid. Didn't give himself too much hard work to do. Relatively good start. Stayed where he needed to the whole time, capitalised on other people's mistakes. Daryl proved me wrong. He's not just a Supercross guy. Managed to come back. He was around 10th or so earlier on in the race. He finishes 3rd overall. We've then got Ethan there in 4th, but there are cuts. This is showing Ethan in 5th, actually, so we'll see what happens as they go across the line. Don't think anything's going to change, and Daryl just lost a position at the finish line. He crashed in the final corner, and then he had to think about it for 4 seconds. He was just laying there, look. How did he crash? What happened? He just got too far over, lost his balance, leaning too far to the inside. So Ethan went past him, Splash went past him. Then after the cuts all came to place, Splash finished in 3rd. Ethan finished in 5th. Daryl finished in 4th. We've got Jesse finishing in 6th. We've then got Brex in 7th. Mercked in 8th. Caden in 9th. And then Chase is going to round out your top 10 unless anything changes on this very last lap. This is Brex going across the line there for 7th. Got Mercked here in 8th. Chase in 9th. And I'll have a look, see if any cuts come in. No, no cuts. It actually looks like Caden beat Chase there. So Chase had an extra second of cuts over Caden. So yeah, Chase ran out your top 10. Ocean, P14, was the last man on your lead lap. And then everybody from 15th and behind was a lap down. Somebody say femboys? You've got my attention. You have my full attention. You're forgetting this is the man that had James Charles as his MX Bikes background for like a year. I have been sent an invite to join the Aspect Racing team, and I've been told I will gain 10,000 Aura points. That's pretty good. And the bike has 10 more horsepowers than the Moto Academy bikes. Does it come with a free Kaizo subscription or something? Interesting. What do we think of that overlay, by the way? Is that better or is that worse than the built-in in-game overlay? Then I can't drink Monster. I mean, let's be honest, gamers. I'm sponsored by G Fuel and I drink Monsters already. I don't think it can get much worse. No, I'm personally myself sponsored by FXR. It just happens that the AJP team in real life is also sponsored by FXR. So it just made sense of me being on that team anyway. And I ride in real life with the AJP boys. Got quite a bit one-lined in the 250 race. It does look like it filtered down to a majority one-line in this one. If I fly around the track quickly, you can kind of... I mean, you get an idea where the road's been forming. Newest update has a new animation. Do you reckon I'm able to... Do I have to close and reopen my game? Yes. Okay, close. I'm going to leave and rejoin this server. They have a 10-minute break anyway. Yeah, I didn't finish Moto 2 myself, Transcend, because I rage quit EU, but I did see people in the 450 race saying that there was a lot of just like, I mean, like kickers, holes forming. And it's weird because I associate those holes with a recent game update or a road update that Paboso done. However, those same holes don't also appear if you go and play like 2021 or 2022 Supercross tracks. So I'm not sure. Do I think you're still a ranked guy? Listen, until I start seeing some top 10 finishes, Loden. Yes. You can't be munching on everyone in public lobbies and then not getting top 10s in aerial. Ah. But you know who is a ranked guy? Fucking Tero. Definitely for unbiased reasons. Not because he absolutely cleaned my shit today. Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I might need to see proof of this Red Bull sponsorship, because if you're sending me free Red Bull as well, Steiner, then I might join. Linda would be very happy. She loves them, like, newish flavoured Red Bulls. Like the blue one and the pink one and the yellow one. How did I get an FXR sponsorship? I opened my emails one day. No, I didn't. That was G Fuel sponsorship. If anybody remembers Jake, the aka Blitzco, remember Blitzco from a couple years back now? He was approached by the FXR guys to make an FXR team. He approached me to get me on that team in game. And then from there, that progressed to a personal, like a real life FXR sponsorship as well. And then Blitzco left MX Bikes, so I was just FXR. And then the AJP boys are also sponsored by FXR in real life, so they run it in game. So I thought it made sense to also join that as well. Oh, I've got to see this proof. Hang on. You know what? That is as legally binding of a contract as I've ever seen. That they are sponsored by Red Bull. I've never been so convinced at joining a team ever. I don't know if would anybody turn that down? I don't know if I'd turn it down. I mean, when your team owner is as ripped as this as well, minus the Dybala tattoos, you just have to wonder. Clearly, the program that they've got going on over there is clearly right. You know, clearly they're doing something correct. There's no need for the holy shit CB. The people have asked for 450 gameplay because it's the premier class. So it can only be in one place at a time. Ah. What? What's that for? What's this hazard ahead? What I am going to do is move this to here. Actually, should we move this like up here instead? And then I can add the opacity to it. Turn it down a bit. And then we can make her a bit bigger. My group is big and it keeps getting bigger. That's because Jesus Christ is my neighbor. Yeah, you fought. You fought. Got to change the yellow when watching. Do you want it to be... Should I put it as white? I have it at yellow when I'm riding because a lot of time it lines up with the sky, so it's quite hard to see when it's a white colour. Try that. I wanted to say the no word in my Moto too. What if I want to say it all the time? But I can't. Bum 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 bum. I still think that's hard to see. I think it's because I'm old, but I could make it a little bit more background opacity again. Not have it like fully black, but at least a little bit darker so it stands out more. Me. Beans on toast as well as a Red Bull sponsorship. Ooh. And to be fair, Americans do think that's all we eat in the US, in the UK, but I couldn't tell you last time I ate beans on toast. Yes, Stealth, that's correct. So actually, Thomas, who makes this overlay here, the MX MXB MRP overlay, he messaged Max, who used to make Max HUD, and said, well, basically asked, like, am I good to do all this? Can I implement this, this, and this? And he was basically like, yeah, I'm not doing it anymore. Go for it. So MXB MRP is basically the one. I'd done a poll before the races started, Willie, on if people wanted to watch 450, 250, or one moto of each, and 450 ended up winning. So just specking 450 today. It's just the situation because it's not staggered. I don't know, actually, I don't know why they haven't staggered them. I'm guessing just for the sake of time, where they're longer, the motos are longer than Supercross races are. Remember meeting you at Arena Cross? I'm not very good at remembering faces, but I remember interactions that I've had with people, meeting them at places. Any single person I have met, if I was to see them in public again, I wouldn't remember their face because I'm so socially anxious, I don't make eye contact. And I basically talk to the floor. But the actual interaction itself, I would have remembered. This HUD is on MXB Mods. If you go to MXB Mods, at the top, the banner across the top, it will say Other. If you hover over Other, it will give you a drop down, and then you click on Plugins. You have to readjust here. This is it's a leather seat, so my back's starting to get a little bit glued to the chair. Oh god. Move the monitor up a little bit as well. Now I can lean into it. Give you some lovely Lynn's ASMR. Hey gamers. How are we doing today? You don't want some Lynn's ASMR? I thought you boys would be all over it. So who have we got for Moto 2? Personally, I think it's so hard to bet against Washed. Unless he gets, like, the stinkiest start known to mankind, it's really hard to bet against somebody that wins by, or could have won by a minute, but he stopped to let his teammate past. And for the small price of $10 a month, discounted to $9.99, you too could subscribe to my Feet Finder page and see these lovely hairy grippers. So this is the kind of commentary that you don't get from Special Media when he's actually in town. And this is the stuff that people are here for. It's what they want. It's what they crave. A fat 30-year-old man whispering in their ears. Good boy. Oh, you're such a good boy. Okay, that's enough. Don't want people getting too bricked up. Don't want the chairs rising a little bit too much. A little bit too much. Thoughts on the first MX Bikes foot camera video? I'm getting the camera underneath the desk. Get the grippers on display. See, you're all dirty fuckers. You said Trav's going 2-1. Oh, I saw that fancy animation. W shout. Love that. Love, love, love. Right. Moto 2 time, gamers. Moto number 2. Looks like the start gates have changed here. So Brock was gate 1 for the last moto. He's now round about on gate 6 or 7, as the youth might say. What gate's washed on? He's on gate 5. Kind of want to stay close to him here, but I know everybody just disappears by the time we get to turn 1. He's not got the front wheel. He's going to have to back off here as everybody disappears into the abyss. Who's it going to be when they reappear? It is whoever called it in chat. Trav's off to a good start. Never mind. Oh my... I was about to say, surely there must have been a red flag notification in chat. Oh my goodness me. Holy. I mean, Caden's lucky they red flagged that, because sometimes they don't. Like, sometimes people jumpstart and there is no red flag. Imagine they didn't and he just fully punted people backwards. Holy shit. That was nuts. Ugh. Why is the automatic camera having a seizure? Why are we shaking around so much? NGS sweeping Moto 2 podium. Cap. Not sure about that one. Ride the Cowie as a punishment. Rum tried riding the Cowie today. In EU. I don't think he enjoyed himself. He was a lap down pretty early on. Right, here we go. I'm going to re-rack him. Somebody screenshot what Steiner just put. So he can't take it back. Wash with a much better jump this time. This restart could have played into his hands perfectly. I imagine he's probably drifted out quite wide here. Actually, Jesse's here. He's going to make it to the inside. There we go. Everyone spawns in. So Washed, again, going to lead him past the mechanics area. Splash low in hot pursuit early on. Let's see if he's going to try and shoot his load early or if he's trying to just slowly edge his way into the race. Still a little bit of low-line action going on over that tabletop there. And another good start from Ethan as well. Jesse, a good start. Blaze, a much better start than Moto 1. Alyssa Liu trying to back up that gold medal. She is barking the virtual dirt course right now. A woman of many talents. Look at her go there in P4. Doing tricks on it. She's watching the stream. You love to see that. Love that from Alyssa. Right, Jacob, a much better start as well. Your P2 qualifier. He's up here in P top 10 early on. Reed, a better start. Young Chase, not amazing. Don't know where old Chase is going to be. Looking at leaderboards, he's all the way down in 21st position. Another shit start for Chase there on the Black Rifle machine. But Reed must be loving life right now. He's up in front nice and early. I don't want to be that guy. And I know that I'm pretty stinky at this game these days. No, Alyssa's down. No! Get up, Alyssa, get up. But I am not seeing anything right now from Jacob that would show me that he's a P2 qualifier. There's just no way you can fall off for qualifying time to race time or race pace this much. So the sus meter increases. Reed going to go down early on though, not the lap that you want to do it. That is going to give Submac an extra position. So Submac now going to find his way into, I think that's the 8th position there. There's Chase. Chase working his way through the pack quite well so far. He's made a lot of places early on in this. He was 21st. He's now, I think, in 10th right now. With Panda just behind him. It appears that some people might have been on a slight stream delay and they've just heard me doing the ASMR. I do apologise again after the fact. Already, Splash must have gone down on that first lap already because, again, I mean, look at him. It's lap 1. How are you disappearing this much already? But much better start to this Moto 2 for Jesse. It looks like he has passed Ethan somewhere. Ethan must have gone down. And a much better start to this race for Blaze as well. He was in, I think, about 34th, 33rd, something like that. About 10 minutes into Moto number 1. So much better one for him. Is Ethan... no, there's two NA Moto Academy boys, isn't there? There's Ethan and Braden as well. But the top Moto Academy boy in NA right now, Ethan, just making his way around 7. That is going to be for 4th place. So Splash moving up into 3rd. Ethan in 4th. These boys are very close together in the air. Ethan putting the hand up. Maybe he knew that was his mistake there. Still Jacob barking in this P6 though. Got Sumac in 7th. Chase is going to be in 8th. I did see Dariel's name on the timing then. Has he gone down? He has gone down. He's back there. A better start for Vendrami in this one also. Got Colin back here. A better start for Paxson in Moto 1. Not a good start for Brax, however. So Brax was in P2 for a long time in that first moto before the wheels started to come off. He is all the way back in P22 currently. Not ideal. And you know who else I haven't seen on track yet? Where is Mr. BW Durag Williams? There he is. That AEO MXL machine. Brock is all the way down in 30th position. He will not be a happy man right now. But he did raid me with all his viewers, so we don't get to see the rage. Oh my god. Wes is doing tricks on it. He's on X Games mode. Riding out a front flip. You love that when Poboso blesses you. Somebody did say that Trav was going to go 2-1 today. You may have jinxed him. He's not in the best position at all right now. He did have a really good start before the red flag came out. So there's some people that get a benefit from that red flag, some people that get absolutely fingered by it. Travis, one of them guys whose bumhole might be a little bit wider after this race than when it began. So he's going to have to try and fight for his life, try and get past all of these riders. Look how many people there are. You know, so Reed's in a bit of a battle here as well after his early mistake. It's just those first 3 laps or so. You want to try so hard to keep it up on 2 wheels, and Reed's gone down again. He's facing the wrong way. He's in a really bad spot here. Does get going again without too much extra issues though. Caden with a little bit of a sketchy track wrench there. Went quite far to the left. Him and Merc tagging handlebars, but both keeping it upright. 2 SPX teammates. It would have been a shame if they did get together. We've got Ryder and Colin going down together on the inside as well. Oh, sorry. So it's not a 2-1 anymore. It's a 2 and plus 1 lap down. I got you. I got you. I got you. Steiner, you haven't negotiated any kind of salary with me. Can't just say yes when I don't know what I'm getting. I also can't say yes when I don't know what the bikes or gear or anything's going to look like. Oh, Caden, a little bit of an aggressive pass up the inside of Reed there. Reed not going to be a happy man. His boots have disappeared. They are invisible. Just old boot room things. I'm pretty sure it's that boot model. It's got weird lods on them, so they disappear at a distance. Reed going to try and regain here, get some of them positions back. Caden going over the bars. Reed going to get collected. I would like everyone to sit for 4 seconds with me. And watch the guy that really wanted reset delay getting fingered by reset delay. We carry on. But these races look so chaotic. They are generally stressful even to watch. Never mind play. They're more enjoyable, definitely, to watch. But very, very stressful nonetheless. Trav is making good progress, though. He's in, I mean, he's still just outside of points, but he's making moves. He's definitely progressing his way up. Wash has not disappeared as quickly as he did in Moto 1, however. He's got just under a 5-second lead. We are not even a third of the way through this race, so we've still got a long way to go. That's your boy Mert in the final points paying position. He's in 20th. We've got Marcy here in 19th. J-Mac getting a little bit sketchy. Braden taking the scenic route, just a little bit off of an off-track excursion. Pax getting a little bit sketchy here as well. Vendralami still in a better position than he was in Moto 1. Brax going a little bit long, landing quite heavy on one of them bumps there. He'll be looking to make up a bunch more positions before this race is done. Submac up here in 13th. We've then got Young Chase in 12th. Daryl in 11th. But again, Daryl didn't have the best start in Moto 1, and he did make a really good comeback. He was all the way up to P2 it was, until it wasn't, until he ended up crashing in the last corner. We've then got Panda up here as well. 7 has fallen back just a little bit after his good start, but still, you have to pay respect when there's only one of a certain manufacturer in the field. So the lone Fantic of 7, he's marking around in P8 right now. I think it's actually P9. I think Chase has about a second worth of cuts. So Chase just in front of that. Alyssa Lou still doing her thing. Just one position ahead of Chase as well. Oh, 7 going up the inside. Runs Chase very high, but they both keep her up on 2 wheels. 7 put the hand up as well. I don't think it was his intention to run Chase as far to the right there as he did. However, with that corner being a little bit off camber, falling away from you, it's really hard to turn tight enough without the back wheel sliding out on these bumps and slippery sand surface. But just no harm, no foul. A little bit aggressive. Chase's heart rate might have just shot up an extra 20 beats a minute, but they both kept her upright. Alyssa munching around the outside there. Better... Actually, no, Caden had a good Moto 1 as well, didn't he? He was inside the top 10. I think he was around 8th or so. So a better start to this one for him. He's in 18th. And then a better race for Jacob as well, actually. After me giving him some shit, qualifying 2nd and being put a lap down in Moto 1, he is still up here, only 16 seconds back from the lead. He is in P5 right now. Not too shabby. What team am I on these days? I'm still on the AJP FXR team. That's how it be. Alyssa for P6, you reckon? Oh, Ethan going down. I mean, look at this rut, by the way. So if you got to try and jump off of this really chopped out braking bump here, which is starting to kick everybody's back ends by the looks of it. Land in this very, very deep triangulated rut. So it's like some people just choosing to slow down and hug it extra tight here, take the smoother inside line. But if you're a bit more brain dead like I am, you don't even realise that line exists until it's too late. Sometimes you'll find it by mistake right at the end of a moto, and then you're like, damn, I wish I was doing this line for the last 20 minutes. But all these guys, lots of shoulder rubbing early on. Dario almost getting taken down by a Brax there. Both these guys trying to filter to that main middle line. Same with this corner as well, very middle line heavy. Submac's going to go down. That bike is in a very, very bad spot. Everybody else managing to just get around the outside of him though. No damage there. Vendrami and Dario are going to go at it. There's a big ping difference here. I actually kind of want to watch, because if they even breathe on each other, they're both going to go flying. Vendrami jumping, that's not a word. Jumping to the inside. Little inside, outside, outside, inside action between the pair of them two. Brax is recovering quite well, I would say. He's already up to 11th place right now, and he's got 7 just in front of him for that top 10. Now, Lesalu is starting to fall back just a little bit low. She has lost a spot to Chase. A better race so far for Chase overall, but he is still 30 seconds down on his championship rival, the man that he wants to be beaten. Listen, if you're not going to get out of the gate in both motos and your competitor does, this is exactly what's going to happen. And he does have a big gap in front of him as well to make up any more time. We've got Caden just up the road here in P6. Then got Ethan on that Moto Academy machine. He's rolling out your top 5. Jacob has promoted himself up to top 4. And he's only losing a little bit of time now to your leader, who is still washed, who is still in very, very good control of this race. Splash still chilling in that 3rd place. He's easily on for a overall podium on the day. Go up through the MTG banners. Don't know why there's a US flag on that corner there. We're in Italy. And then we've got Mr. Jesse Navarro. Actually, there's a Spanish flag there as well. Just the local, just the fans coming out to support their countries, you know. Yeah, Jesse here, he's 8.5 seconds down. Where is the guy, the golden god, Mr. Motocross himself? Here he is, munching the virtual dirt course. Washed is 8.5 seconds clear. He's just taking the same line every lap, even with the road coming into play. Doesn't seem to bother him at all. He's just hitting it much smoother than everybody else. But he's taking a different line there. Like I've never seen anybody take this tight inside. But he's just trying to stay out of all these choppy braking bumps. Just nice and smooth, low line. Enter the rut a little bit later, fall into it here, accelerate out. Really, really clever riding from him, to be honest. So yeah, 8.5 seconds clear. Jesse in 2nd, Splash in 3rd, Jacob in 4th, Ethan in 5th, Caden in 6th, Chase up to 7th. We then should have the other Chase and Dario. Alyssa's gone down on the straight. Might have got together with 7 there. They were both laying with each other. Didn't know she was like that. She's mine. Stay away from her, 7. But that is going to make these guys fall into the clutches of Brax. I think Brax's actual like a race pace in this moto has been much better than it was in Moto 1. He just got off to a worse start. Oh, he got so lucky there. I thought 7's bike was going to collect him. But 7 now going to be down. He's going to get going again. He's had a very, very bad lap. Probably lost a lot of time so far this lap. That's going to move Pax up to 14th. Panda is going to be up to 13th place. We got Submac in 12th. I thought that was a down rider. It is not. It's just the bales. Reed in 25th. Shall we go and find our boy Reed? See where he is? You are right. I do see him on the timing there in 25th. There's Trav. Trav not able to come through as fast as he would have liked by the looks of it. I mean, we did have a Trav and Brax battle for P2 for a while in that first race, and now it looks like we're having a Trav and... Actually, is there 2 BRAs? Who's the other BRA? We've got a Brax and a someone else. Let me have a quick look. Got Merckx, Caden, Trav, Vendrami, Braden. So yeah, he was battling with Braden for a while there. Good battle here, by the way, though. Looking at around P15 or so. There's Reed. So Reed is, yeah, in 25th position. Holy. Quite a few cuts as well, by the looks of it. Because Colin's only just in front of him, and it does say there's a 5-second gap between the two of them. I'm just going to go down to the ground level a little bit more, show you guys the road that we're working with here. Very, very difficult. And you can imagine if you go too high on this, it's just a wall, so then you're going to fall over the top of it. If you go too low in it, super easy for your front end to kind of tuck and get on the wrong side of that groove. So these boys got to be careful. Up on the pegs, just the perfect amount of steering. Try and work your way through. Same with, oh my goodness, Grim going straight OTB. So the suspension not dialed there, he slammed that rut so hard. Imagine JT standing in that rut, we'd lose him. We'd just get to see his ice gemmed hair sticking out the top. Maybe a little glimpse of his absolutely massive forearms. I'm convinced, by the way, I think JT's on some gear. I'm just saying. Bro's forearms are very unnaturally big. And Drami going to go down that back end, coming around on him off some of them rollers. Holding going around the outside like the trailer park girls on Braden. Not quite able to make the pass just yet. We've got pandas all over the back of Caden. These two, I think these two were battling in Moto 1 at some point. What position's Caden in right now? There's too many Cadens as well, I've noticed. There's a lot of Aidens in the community, and there's a lot of Cadens as well. Got Merc barking around here in 18th. Then got J-Mac and Trav going at it with each other. I'm going to zoom my way forwards. We'll run through people. Marcy's here in 15th. Ryder in 14th. We should have Brax the next man up. Oh no, it's Pax is the next man up. Sounds the same. Pretty much the same thing. Then we've got Submac and 7 going at it. 7's gone very long there. It's a little bit of a rebound, but still keeps her up on 2 wheels. Oh, tries doing the smart thing and taking the inside there to stay out of the rough, but that back end just fell into it. I'm surprised he's kept her up on 2. Oh, I think there's going to be a pass here. Submac going around the outside of him. Yep, gets a much better drive coming out of the corner. Now we've got Brax up here. He's managed to work his way up to 11th now, and he has just got the Ice Queen herself, Miss Alyssa Liu, rounding out the top 10. If she added another 2 digits to her number, she could have been the goated old 259 of JS7 instead of 257. We've got Young Chase here in 9th. We've then got Daryl, he's made some progress this race. Probably not as much as he would have liked, but it's still progress nonetheless. You can't hate on it. Starting to get a bit of a headache now. I think I've been awake too long. Chase is in P7. Got a bit of a gap all the way up to the other Caden up here in P6. You peaked in 2024? I peaked in 22 and then I redeemed myself in 24 with the outdoors chip. And then it's been hella downhill ever since. Hang on. Caden 6th. What happened to Jesse? Jesse's lost about 14 or so seconds on timing from the last checkpoint. He must have had like a couple of back-to-back crashes or just a really bad respawn. So yeah, Jesse's now dropped down to 5th place, I think. Ethan in 4th. We've got Jacob. It's now up to P5. This is probably the race that he would have wanted in that Moto 1. He's staying out of the rough stuff as well. Trying to make the smart decision. I mean, he hit the inside really nicely. Didn't look like it would have cost him much time at all from hitting the main line a little bit quicker. Splash has been in that P2 pretty much the entire race. That's a complete lie. He was in P3 for ages. Jesse was in P2. Ignore me. And now we have to do a lot of fast forwarding. Where is your race leader? Those two are lappers. Oh, he's got a lot of lappers to try and deal with here. Let's actually stay on board with Wash for a second. See if he can navigate these guys. W Vendrami, good lapper. Give him a little bit of a round of applause. We love the lappers that go out of their way to move for the leaders. Oh, Wash actually going to the inside here. Okay. He's going to put alongside Grim. Grim's going to let him go as well. He's only got one more to deal with out of that original group of riders. And that will be the man, Mr. Owen B. He's going to go down. Wash gets collected by the bike. That is going to be a -4 seconds for your race leader. That's actually quite a quick get up. It must be 3 seconds, not 4. That was a very quick get up, actually. So he's still going to boast a lovely 26 or so second lead over Splash in P2, so he's not going to worry about it too much. Might mess up his flow a tiny bit. Other than that, he'll be alright. He'll be back into it after half a lap or so. We do have a little bit of a battle brewing here for this P4 spot. I think Ethan has an ungodly amount of cuts looking at timing. Oh, Jesse goes down. There's commentators' curses all over the place. Everyone look at crashes. Actually, let's find Reed. Where's Reed? Where is he? Damn, that's 10th. Oh my god, people are... Like, Wash is just so far clear of everybody. He's actually him. Marsty, Braden, Panda, Ocean, J-Mac. Here he is. I mean, if everybody like I watch crashes, it would be a real shame. It would be a dang shame. That front end was so close to washing out. Holy. How's he survived this? That should be, I'm sorry, that should be, his bro's dragging handlebars. How's he survived? That was all the commentator cheese. He didn't use it. He scumbagged his way to a non-crash there. Let me do this again, sorry, just so we can see the top 30. I don't know why it does that. And it also changes my camera angle every time I select a different person. Actually, you know what? Let's stick on that. So Splash is just going to go... So Splash is going across the line as Wash goes invisible because the game hates me again. This is why I do free camera. Jacob about 6 seconds off the back of that. Ethan only another 3 or so. Jesse trying to remount after his crash last lap. He's going to be barking as well. Bendrami DNF. You hate to see that. Rest in peace, my Brazilian king. I got a soft spot for the Brazilians. I hate racing against them because obviously the ping is atrocious. But they all tend to be quite nice people. When I went to the MX of Nations at Metley Basin 2 years ago now, I was in the FXR tent looking at the merch, and because people like Enzo Lopes and people like that were sponsored by FXR, the Brazilian team manager was in there talking to one of the head FXR guys, and that Brazilian team manager's son said hello to me. So he watches the channel. So yeah, I've got a soft spot for the Brazilians. They're always really, really nice. And I know that across all esports, it can even be outside of motocross, like in Counter-Strike and everything, the Brazilian fans, they're very, very passionate people. I can't speak on if Vendrami has the Brazilian curves, unfortunately. I have not spent any time looking at his cake. Yeah, shout out the Brazilians. Goated hairstyle. Speaking of Brazilians, close your eyes and imagine. I kind of feel bad not watching Wash too much, but he's just dominating everybody, so there's not much point. He's just doing his thing. Got a bit of a gap there. Any like battles going on? So we've got a few people together here. I think there are cuts coming into play. Did Brock rage quit? If he did, it was early on, because I don't see him inside the top 30 at all. But I do have really bad eyes, and I couldn't see BRO, so that's BRA, it's not him, that's Braden. Yes, I think he might have. Oh, Ryder going down! Trav gets collected again. Oh, I feel it. Oh my goodness, who went flying there? That was Merc that got into the back of Ryder's bike and went flying as well. I do, like, honestly, man. The reset delay is such a good idea in theory. But it's just so difficult to deal with when you're having crashes like that aren't your fault. And weirdly, like, I know people use MX Simulator as an example as to why we should have reset delay, but I always find that there's less dramas and less crashes because of other people in Sim somehow. I think it's just the way, like the speed of the game and people's just general racing IQ and things of that nature. So Sim definitely does it a bit better. I do feel bad for these guys, though, getting collected by the stray bikes. We do have a little bit of a Caden and Jesse battle, though. I'm surprised to see people still using that inside line as much there with how eroded it is. Because you get a really big kick coming out of the last roller on that inside. But then the outside, it's very easy to go off the right-hand side of the track when you're on the outside. And there's a bail right where you don't want it. Really easy to clip it and go over the bars. So that's probably just what people were trying to avoid. Chase trying to work his way around this very, very beaten up circuit right now. He's in 7th. Not the day he would have wanted. Not the round 2. He probably would have wanted a big comeback ride today after his round 1. Chase doing good though. The other Chase, we've got 2 Chases back to back. He's in 8th. Then got Brax in 9th. Good comeback ride for Brax. He was outside the top 20 early on. He's put in a bit of a charge. Thought he was going over the berm, over the bars there. Holy, that's a big kick. He's going to put Alyssa Liu back to 10th. Yeah, quite possibly, Jerry. I think it might just be a general rider mentality thing because they're so used to it compared to this. I actually don't know who won the overall. I want to say Rex. Because I think Rex went 2-2. No? I think Rex went 1-2. Yeah, Rex. Then Tyler went 4-1. Cam went 2-3 or 2-4, something like that. You know, still got... That is the battle between them two that I was already on. Oh, Chase has gone down again. That's another 4 seconds for him. That's a strange place to crash, actually. Can I get a... Will my replay length let me go back far enough? It will. However, I am cursed with changing camera angle disease. Oh, that's a big one. He's had a big old shit cart. What happened? Oh, has he clipped the bow? No, he didn't clip the bow. Oh, no. It was at this moment he knew. Just straight over the bars, just wheeling at the wrong time. Oh, he's doing his best Jet Lawrence impression when he went over the bars behind Ferrandis at Supercross. Oh. Tried staying in it for too long, just couldn't do it. Couldn't do it, it got away from him. What place is Colin in? Colin's in 21st, he's just outside of points, he's a lap down now. Owen is actually behind. Okay, his timing hasn't updated there. Submac is also behind. Oh, Ocean's in 21st. This is your race leader, Mr. Washed. We have 5 minutes plus a lap left to go. I want to try and get on a bit more of a ground level, see how beaten up this track's getting. Oh my god, look at that! No wonder they're trying to stay away from it. Wash hitting that inside really nicely. Low lining over that tabletop, riding up the side of the rut to stay nice and low. Outside, I actually prefer the outside in there. I don't know why everyone's trying to go inside. Oh, but... I think I just got a semi. And my cock has just grown. I've added an extra like 4 inches. See, that's 1, 2, 3. He's like triple. He's like quadded his way into the cock. Oh my god! Yeah, give him the championship now. Give it to him. Just crown him already. That was so nice. That was sexy. I've actually got a mini chub going on. That was insane. Damn. Right. Okay. Sorry. I'm a bit flustered. Need to regain. So Wash is in the lead. He's got 20 seconds over Splash. Splash then has another 10 seconds over Jacob. Grim is a lap down. We still Ethan's been in battles all day. Doesn't matter who it's against. He has been battling with people in both Moto 1 and Moto 2. I can't believe what I just witnessed. That was such good timing of seeing Wash do that. Like to do it this deep into a race with the erode as well. Oh, so sexy. Especially with the looming issue of if you crash, you're on the ground for a really long time. So it's risky without reset delay, but doing it with it's just crazy work. So Ethan's actually going to drop Jesse a little bit. Jesse made a slight mistake there. He's now going to fall back into the clutches of Caden. So I think this is 6th, 5th and 4th that we have on our screen right now. Caden got a little bit off balance there, leaned a bit too far to the inside, dragged him over to the left, but keeps her up on 2 wheels. Big old kick on that inside rut there. These boys all dealing with it relatively well. Low, Jesse going to go down. Caden does a good job at avoiding that bike there, checks up really early on, cuts down a bit further. So that's going to move Caden up to 5th, move Jesse back down to 6th. We have then got Young Chase in 7th. That is Grim is lap down. We've got Old Chase being relegated to 8th place now after his out of the front of the bike antics. In a bit of a no man's land. Nobody in front of him, really. Nobody behind him at all. You have to go quite a long way back to watch Daryl. P4 in Moto 1. He is now only in 9th place in this one. Probably not as good as he would have wanted. But again, he didn't get off to the most amazing start in the world. Alyssa's still doing pretty damn good. She's still rocking a top 10, although she does have Brax all over her back doors. What a lucky man. He's going to be looking to pounce pretty damn soon. These guys making that inside look really, really easy. I can promise you it isn't. It's pretty damn choppy on that inside. And work their way through these rollers here. Surprised to see people hitting this big bump. Like this bump right here before the takeoff of this table. Does give you a bit of a nasty kick. Same with this here on the far left. Like that kick makes you pre-jump and go quite slow. But we're working our way through the trenches. It's not an actual girl, no. No. It's just an Alyssa... He's just an Alyssa Lou fanboy, that's all. You don't know who... I don't know who it is that's running the alias either. Brax has made the pass though, so Brax is going to work his way up into the top 10. Good stuff for Brax. There's so many people a lap down as well. There's not any... I'm looking at the time. There's not any immediate battles left anywhere on the track. Everyone's pretty damn spread out now. We've got about 3 laps left to go in this 450 Moto 2, and this track is absolutely munched. This track is completely destroyed. In the main line, anyway. These guys got to try and get a bit creative, take some different options, which Dario is doing. Taking the last 2 outsides that don't look to have been used very much based on where the road is. Between 4th and 7th is battles. Let's go forwards. Let's have a look. Meow. So we've got chase number 1 there in 8th. Actually, yeah, you're... Oh my god. Chase number 2 and Jesse getting into it. That's actually going to promote old age pensioner chase back to, like, up to P7, I think, though. Just wrong place, wrong time. Landed on each other. Hate to see it. So they're going to get going again. Chase gets a much better respawn there than Jesse by the looks of it. And Chase is going to be loving that. He'll take an extra 2-3 positions, so he's up to 6th. We've then got P5 all the way up here. We've got Caden, a very, very lonely P5. He's doing his best Linz Moto 1 EU impression right now. Nobody in front, nobody behind. Let's see if he chokes 20 seconds in a lap and goes back to P6. Braden's a lap down. C-Star is a lap down. Is Ethan just disappeared up the road? He has. Ethan, great performances today. Ethan knocking on the door of P3 right now. Jacob's made a couple of mistakes towards the end of this race by the looks of it. If I quickly press on Jacob's name... Oh, Ethan's got a lot of cuts. A hell of a lot of cuts. So on actual track time, that looks to be about a maximum of 2 seconds, if that. But on timing and scoring, it's showing at about 5 seconds, almost 6. So Ethan is going to have to get the pass done here. And then not only get the pass done, he's going to have to try and disappear. He's going to have to try and put some time on Jacob. Now, I think there's probably only going to be 2 laps left to go. I'm not going to trust the last lap man, because he lied to me last moto. He was waving the flag when it wasn't actually his time. Then he disappeared for a toilet break, came back again afterwards. So, a great drive out the corner from Ethan there. Jacob stood himself up a little bit, got buried in the rut. A great drive. He's not going to have the line on the inside yet, though. These guys both choosing to go to the outside. Is this just fully boofed? Not fully. It's not too bad. I mean, the entrance of it looks a little bit techie. It's probably why they're trying to stay away from it. He does get a great drive around the outside of there, though. And Jacob barely missing that down rider. Submax bike's going to collect Ethan. Ethan bumps into Jacob, and it's just a game of pinball. Oh, Ethan definitely goes to the gym. He keeps her up on 2 wheels, muscles everybody else out of the way. Jacob is going to get the short straw on that one, unfortunately. So that is going to move Ethan up to P3. And at the same time, that is going to give him... Oh my god, he's almost looped it. That's going to give him them extra couple of seconds that he needed to cancel out the cuts that he's got earlier on in this race. So Jacob going to need to try and get a move on. But just from a commentary view right now, I don't think his suspension is working that well for him. I'm seeing him getting kicked around a hell of a lot in some of these corners, not getting the best drive coming out of them. And that's really where Ethan was gaining a lot of time, just the drive along the straights from getting a good slingshot out of the turn. So we'll see if Jacob can keep it up there in that P4. He does have quite a comfy gap over Caden. Caden's in P5 right here. These boys are lappers. You've got Chase in P6. The P6 is still on the cards. There is still potential there. It looks like Splash has done a very, very good job of not letting Wash just completely disappear like he did in Moto 1. That gap has been 15 to 20 seconds for over half of this race. The gap to everybody else, still huge. But then top 2 putting in a pretty respectable effort together. As it runs right now, it's Wash with a very comfortable overall, and I believe Splash will be getting P2 overall as it runs. Trav buried. Where's Trav ended up? Trav's in 20th, so he's going to go 3... Did he get second in Moto 1? Was it 2? So he's going to go 2:20. Somebody in chat jinxed him. Somebody said 2:1. Very unfortunate. I'm going to try and find your race leader so we can quickly scroll through everybody again. But actually, no, I'm not. We've still got a good battle here going on between Chase and Jesse. Chase getting a good drive out of that inside. Like, done a really good job to do that, because that inside does kick you up quite high. Both of these two getting a good run around that final corner. See, the last lap flag is out, but I'm not believing him. I'm not trusting him. I think we still have one more to go at the end of this one. Same as Moto 1 though. Wash has lapped... he's lapped one person less right now, but I think there is still an additional lap after this. Should we have a quick rundown? Have a look at lap times and such. So, Washed has a very bad last lap. So, Washed 10 seconds slower than Splash that last lap around, but 2 seconds quicker on fastest lap. I mean, looks like everyone's having some bad laps now. The track really just claiming people. Interesting work. So Wash should actually be around here somewhere. There he is. Let me just follow him, see if this was actually the last lap. Oh, the checkered flag is out, so I think that's it. So we'll give him his flowers. He's had an incredible day. Flag to flag in both motos. Nice 1-1. Very happy man. There you go. Wash is going to be your race and overall winner. We have Splashed in P2, who is going to be your P2 overall, I believe. There's the man. He's going to work his way through. And then we have a very long way back to try and find the battle that I believe is still brewing for this P3 spot. So, I told you, Ethan has a lot of cuts, so he's still in front of him on track. Oh, he's almost messed up that inside rut. Jacob just has to keep it on 2 wheels. I hope he's got max HUD installed and he knows the situation. Because if he tries going for it and throws it away, that could give Ethan those extra couple of seconds that he needs. I think Ethan is going to cross the line third, but he's going to get relegated to 4th when them times update. There he is, he goes across. He does get relegated back down. He had about 4 seconds extra cuts than Jacob did there. So Jacob going to go about 20 and 3 on the day. Ethan had a good respectable day though. I'm pretty sure he was top 5 in both motos. Caden's going to come through here. He's going to be go across in P5. Will he get relegated? He does. Chase beats him on cuts, so Chase going to get a top 5 in Moto 2. Hits the insta leave, so he is not a happy man right now. Definitely having a Lynn style crash out. They got Colin working his way through as well. Got C-Star having some trouble in the last corner. I'm not too sure what Reed's doing. He didn't run out of fuel, so I think he's just had enough and he didn't want to rage quit, so he doesn't get a week ban. So he's just riding around, 5 laps behind, P28. You'd love to see it. So Daryl going to round out your top 10 there. We then only have a couple more people on the lead lap. Ryder should be the next man through, which he is. Ryder in 11th there on the Moto Academy machine. No, there's 3 American Moto Academy riders. We then got the other Caden in P12. We've got Braden is a lap down. Lissa Lou, oh, she's had a bit of a stinky last half of this race. No, don't go down. Oh, she's messed up again. Merck's going to pass her just at the finish line. And no cuts coming into play there. So Merck is going to claim that 13th. Alyssa in 14th. And there you go. That is all of your coverage from round 2 at Sardegna, all completely done. Very difficult track today. Very difficult. I personally think the track's really good fun. I really dislike reset delay right now, I'll be honest. But what I do love is getting back in this booth. Very nice time watching the best in the game do what they do. And nice trying to get an idea of where the NA riders are at some more as well, because I don't get to see much of anybody outside of like Rex and Chase. Like in Supercross, I know Rex does EU for outdoors. I don't get to see much outside of their POV, so getting an all-encompassing leaderboard and seeing where everybody is nice. It's good to see. So yeah, good stuff. You're not showing up next week? Oh, don't be like that, Chase. You've done better. You're a better man than me. At least you didn't rage quit. You could have done what I did. You could have rage quit this race, and then you haven't got a choice. You will be banned for next week regardless, because I think that's what's going to happen with me. I think I'm going to be banned from competing next week if they're enforcing the no rage quitting rule. Unless I can find a loophole in the system and it's like rage quitting Moto 1 and not coming back for Moto 2. We'll see. Does anybody know where we're at next week? What country we're in, what track we're at? That's alright, Wes. It is a pleasure as always. We're off to Trentino, are we? Ooh, okay. So we've gone from an Italian island to mainland Italy off to Trentino. Okay. I couldn't tell you how my previous Trentino years' experiences have been, really. think the last time I raced Trentino was when we were trying to qualify on the absolutely horrific TMs for the LAN event. Because if there was a Trentino last year, I can't remember if there is. If there was one last year, I didn't do it because I was commentating. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what Trentino brings to us, eh? And where are we at on Friday for the next Supercross round? Because I'll be honest, gamers, I'm in two minds whether to carry on with Supercross or not, because I am really miserable after the Supercross races. Other platforms, so I'm just joint between Twitch and YouTube at the same time here, JC. So just whatever your preferred platform is, you can watch it on either LM2. Any Aussie races, there, in terms of like a series, there's no Oceanic series. But if you mean in terms of Australian tracks on the calendar, I believe we're racing at Darwin as the last round of this season. So round 10 will be at Darwin. And I've tried my best. I've tried my best to try and convince Brad Clay to make Darwin a mudder, because it was mudder in real life. But he's not having it. He's making it dry. So I've tried to ruin everybody's fun. But Brad's being a man of people and he's keeping the track dry. You DNF both motors after P5 starts? That's not good. See, I DNF'd my second moto because my whole first 3 laps was horrendous. But to be top 5 off the starts and then DNF is impressive work. Very impressive. Yeah, it's been a pleasure hanging out with you all again today. It's quite nice to come back and not end the night on like a rage quit at the end of the last stream. So yeah, I didn't mind doing this. I'll try and fill in whenever I can if Ed's out of town and there's nobody else to fill, but I think it'll be back to normal proceedings next week. So this might end up being a one and done. Oh yeah, Brett, I completely forgot that Portugal, so Agueda, whichever way you want to word it, potato, potato, tomato, tomato, Caribbean, school shooting range. Yeah, Portugal is meant to be a mud race. So I'm very curious to see how he goes about building the ruts and the bumps to accommodate the rain. So, should be good fun. Yeah, thank you very much, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your night. Although I'm sure it's quite late for everybody anyway. It's almost 4 AM for me right now. So I best be going to bed.